Yo, people, man, it's your boy Njies in at the building and that, man. And today we're stepping into a completely different lane. Now, if you've been following me since 2020, you know that when I do things in that, bro, I like to be versatile with everything, multiple channels, and I like to do different things. And today we're stepping into a new stratosphere in that, fam. Not even by my own accord, by the way. This wasn't even my idea in that, bro. This was an idea of the guest right here. And here we are in that, bro. We've got the legendary Soul Murphy in at the
Yes,
building. Let the
sir.
people know who you are and let the people know what you do.
It's the one and only So Murphy, aka the big semester. The
Chat to
big
them.
semester. You know what I'm
Chat to
saying?
them.
I'm an artist. I'm a Grammy Award winning songwriter. I wrote for artists such as like Fridayy, Chris Brown, you know what I mean? A lot more. But yeah, we stepping into the artist lane though. You feel me?
And then I'm definitely going to get into all of that because I feel like even when we had our first conversation, you said some of those things and I'm like, this guy just said those things like so casually, bro. I'm like, this guy realized what he's just said to me right now.
I know,
But
man. People
most
hit me with that all the
definitely,
time. I try to be humble with it, man. Like
that's what I'm saying.
I'm a
No, I
humble dude,
100%
man.
hear it. I 100% hear it. But sometimes you got to pop your ish. We're most definitely going to get into all of that. And you will have a moment to pop your ish as well. So let's start from right here. Today we're going to be talking a lot about you as a musician, you as a songwriter. But before we even get into any of that, who is So Murphy as a person behind the music?
Man, behind the music, it's kind of hard to be behind the music for me because I do music every day. Like every single day, I'm either writing, I'm recording, I'm mixing, I'm mastering. I
Yeah,
made that a
yeah,
habit though a while ago. Like I don't know, I feel like if you true to something, you got to do it every day. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure,
100%.
like yourself, you always doing something content wise every day. It's just that
Yeah, yeah.
repetition. You know what I mean? It's just every day. But outside of that, I would say I'm a loving dad, a husband. You know what I mean? I'm a proud, father. You know what I mean? So them is the big things for me. Family is very, very big to me. So I'm just a super crazy family guy too. You know what I mean?
100%, 100%. And I feel like you got it all figured out, man. Because even today I posted about it and I was just talking about how I'm so excited for this moment. And normally when people are entering new things or entering the unknown, they normally feel nervous, they feel anxious. But because it's content and I feel like it's my purpose, I was like just so excited and stoked for this moment. And it seems like you got the music, your career, which is your purpose, and then also your family as well, which those two things is probably what makes most men. Would you say the same?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%, bro. 100%. I won't say I got it all figured out, but
Yeah, yeah.
I'm ready to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly,
that
exactly.
hunger. I'm ready to just figure it out and try new things and just see where it takes me, man. Because music it's taking me so far. You know what I mean? But I still got a lot more to go. The journey
Exactly.
isn't
I'm
over.
definitely. Yeah, 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 exactly. And we're going to get into all of that. So let the people know as well where you're from. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the States, Columbus,
Hmm.
Ohio. A lot of people think we out here. We got like a whole bunch of farms and all that crazy stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's some of that there, but I'm in the city. You know
Hey.
what I mean? So,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, man,
yeah.
Columbus, Ohio, you know what I mean? Cool place to live, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was interesting as well when you even told me that you were from there, because it's like I feel like the only thing I know about Cleveland or Ohio is probably LeBron James and speed, and that's pretty much it, to be honest. You know what I mean? So what's it like out there in terms of the environment? What's it like? What's Columbus, Ohio like?
Man, Columbus is all right, man. I'll just say it like this. Stay
Hmm.
out the way, you safe. You know what I mean? You definitely get into some shit, it's gonna be with you, but
Yeah, yeah.
you just stay out the way, mind your business, you cool. Anything can happen anywhere though. You know what I mean? But
100%.
Columbus ain't a bad place to live. I'm not about to sit up here and say like it's this crazy violent place. Nah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
But it can be a violent place. You know what I mean? Like when I was
Hmm.
17, I got shot. So I mean, it can be violent. It
Damn.
just depends on what you into. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Okay.
today, it's definitely a different person thinking differently. So, you know,
100%. And we like that. Constantly elevating, man. Constantly elevating. So, when it comes to you coming to contact with music for the first time, obviously, depending on where you're from in the world and what your culture is, you kind of experience music differently. So, I'm half
yeah,
Jamaican. And a Jamaican experience is probably music on the weekend. Obviously, you have the Saturday soup, you have the rice and peas on the Sunday, and that with the oxtail and the curry goat, mum bussing music throughout the house, cleaning up, all of that type of stuff. That's our experience. And then obviously I'm half Gambian and grew up in Gambia. And to be
yeah.
honest, I was listening to things that I probably shouldn't have been listening to. I was listening to Prime Vibes Cartel, Mavado, they're talking about, you know what I'm saying, all type of slackness and that, bro. and my mother was none the wiser. Same thing with my friends and that, fam. And I guess because some of the parents don't speak the language, they don't actually know what their children are listening to. But in terms of you as a children, what's like your first memories when it comes to music?
Man, see, for me, my first memories, my grandma, like I lived with her a lot, like when I was growing up. She listened to a lot of like, gospel and stuff like that. Now I remember like, man, I used to just ride in the car, going to like church on Sundays, bro. And like it got to a point where I memorized the whole song and I'm in the car full blown singing them, like screaming them, like I know them word for
That's what
word.
I'm saying.
Like now I can't remember a word of the song, but I remember it.
Yeah. It gets
But
like
like,
that. It gets like that. But yeah, that's the
early age
beautiful
is
thing
like
about music,
heavy
man.
on like gospel, but you know what I'm saying? But once I moved with my mom, like I moved back with her, like, she lived in a little rougher area. Like I remember, I'll say this, I'm not proud of it, but I remember it was like one of like the big, like local, like, dope boys, like in our city. He come up, nice car, crazy Cadillac, rims on it. He was playing some music and I'm like maybe like 9 at the time, 10. And he's playing some music and like, he had like the big, back in the day, you had like the CD bag, like where you got a whole bunch of CDs in a little joint. And I went and I don't know why, I just grabbed the CD out of there and I took off. I ran back to the house. I ran back to the house. I put it in, like I get my brother a CD player. And it was like early, like Wayne, early Lil Wayne, bro. So that got me into like rap music like crazy.
At the same time, I can't blame you because you're only going to be exposed to what your environment provides, basically. And that just like me, listening to Vibes Cartel and Mavado at an age that I shouldn't have been listening to those guys. I had little girls my age winding up the way singing lyrics that they did not understand whatsoever. So I definitely hear it, man. I definitely hear it. And just going back to your grandmother and your mum, because I feel like that's also common as well sometimes in Caribbean culture, American culture, sometimes even African culture, where children will not be staying with their actual birth parents, but they'll stay with their grandparents. And it's kind of like a different whole world in that, bro, in terms of upbringing, manners, and the way they kind of act. So how was that? And what was like the split in terms of how long were you living with your grandma, then when did you move back?
It was different. Like, so like even like with my grandma, like this how different it was. With my grandma, we lived like in like a rough area too, like very rough area. But I didn't know it. You know what I mean? I was more sheltered. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember, this is how funny, like, and how naive we are as children. I remember, like, I would hear loud noises like, pow, pow, and my grandma would like, come on, let's play a game. Let's army crawl. Bro, it's a shootout. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just so like young and naive, I don't know. And I mean, we did that so much, the dog started doing it. Like the dog was.
Now that's crazy. Now that is crazy.
I swear, man. Like the dog started doing it, like so. But I don't know. I was definitely like super sheltered, like at a young age. Like, but once I moved with my mom when I was like 7, I think I moved back with my mom when I was like 6, 7, something like that. Damn, I just said 6, 7. My daughter hear that shit go crazy. Nah, but I moved back. I moved with my mom, and that it was different because we was in the projects. I remember like my first like 2 hours there, I got into a fight. Like my first 2 hours, bro. Like right into my
that Dope Boy CD that did that.
Man,
for real.
Nah, it definitely was different. Now, my mom was a little more loose, like I could go out, like walk by myself down the street.
Yeah, that's probably exactly how my mom was, to be honest. In terms of when I was in Gambia, it was kind of like a kid's dream because Gambia is such a safe place, and you'll just see like a random child literally just roaming the streets, and they're completely fine because this neighbor knows where they live and this neighbor and that. Like, you can't really do that in the Western world. So when I was in Gambia, I had my mum's house. But because I had such a big family, I also used to go to one of my family compounds, which every family compound is like your last name and then Kunda at the end of it. So I had multiple Njai Kunda compounds. So I had like 3 places where I'll consistently be. And my mom just let me be free type of thing. And that, you get me? Sometimes you went against me because I'd get into some crazy issue and that, bruv, get beats. You get what I'm saying? All of that type of stuff. But all in all, I appreciate that freedom and that, fun. Because it lets you learn, innit? It lets you learn at the same time.
No, for real. Man, you just made me think about something too. Like, my wife just hit me with something like this. I could like Wayne was here. Lil Wayne came with 2 Chainz, and I pop out to the concert. And at the concert, it's like a fight happened there. And I'm like, man, she was like, how was it? I'm like, it was cool. Some people started fighting. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, just a little fight. She's like that. it shouldn't be like that. And she was like, you're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
normal to violence. And I'm like, dang, am I? You know what I mean? Because I mean, don't get me wrong, it happens a lot. So I'd be like, I mean, to me, it's just a fight. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know,
exactly.
man. It might be
Yeah,
just
I
the
guess
numbness.
it's different, and especially for African women though, because I feel like they're a lot more sheltered as well when it comes to certain things. So there's just certain things on a day-to-day basis that they're just not seeing, because more times they're at home doing the chores, all of that type of stuff. Where me as
Yep.
a kid in England never got into a fight. When I was in Gambia, had to fight for my life. So it just depends on the environment. You get what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say? People are built a little different. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So alright, so obviously when it just comes to people's journey as a music, whether you're a producer, whether you're an artist, whether you're just a general music lover or a music head, it's like you kind of have like a music diary or a music journal in your head. Like the first album you bought, the first rapper that became your favorite, the first song that was playing when you
Yeah.
first kissed a girl or whatever, you know what I mean? Can you remember or pinpoint the exact moment like you fell in love with music?
It was DMX. I was living in the
Ooh,
projects, man. DMX, yeah.
okay.
It just was something about like that. He get on the track, he like, "Arr." It's just something
Yeah,
about
that
that. You know what I
grittiness,
mean? It's
that
like,
bit of
hold
that.
up.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know what I mean?
Say
Like, so
less.
yeah, DMX, I remember that's when I first got my own like little tape player and boombox, all that. This still like this when I'm with my mom, you know what I mean? I'm probably like 8 now, 9 or whatever, something like that. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's when I used to always walk around with my little Walkman, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm got the DMX going, like so yeah,
Standard,
definitely
standard.
it definitely was like DMX was my favorite artist for a minute. Then, you know, I just started expanding, went back to like Wayne, and you know, music didn't evolve so much. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
listen
yeah,
to
yeah,
everything now, but yeah, DMX was the like I fell in love with DMX, his music for
yeah.
sure.
That's dope. That's dope. Because I never would have guessed that as well. Because obviously you were younger then. You're older now, so the journey and the, like you said, you're
Yeah,
versatile in terms of the music that you're listening to. But the music you make and then starting with DMX is like
yeah.
that's a crazy parallel. That one still, I can't even lie to you. That's a crazy parallel. All right, and then when did you start writing music then and decide that you want to chase this as a career?
Man, if I had a pinpoint, I'll say 13 years old.
Okay,
Right
that's pretty
before I
young.
went to, because like I started like recording like in like big studios when I was like 14. But it used to
Okay.
be like I used to like, you know, freestyle and stuff like all like that. But I used to
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I didn't really have a means to like really record. So I would just like,
Okay.
you know, rap, you know, play a little beat off YouTube and just rap in front of my
Yeah,
friends and shit
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I met some people who was in the music. They like, man, you need to go to the studio. I'm
That's
like,
what I'm
wait, how
saying.
do I get to the studio? Like, wait, where's that at? Like I remember when I had saved up, I had like cut grass, shovel snow, all of that
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
save
yeah,
up
yeah.
$300. Cause like he's like, yeah, you can get a whole session for like 8 hours, $300. I'm like, damn, that's a lot. You know, I'm a
Oh, my
kid.
thing. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm
100,
like,
100.
shit. Like, but nah, I grinded it out, got that bread, went to the studio, recorded like I think I did like 7 songs that day. You know what I mean? Just all like just
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Just
all
vibing.
freestyles, like yeah, it was crazy lit. And like I remember like being in the studio and like my friends that was there with me, like, what the fuck? Like, bro, I ain't know you could rap like this. Like, what
Yeah,
the fuck? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So it was and I'm just like, shit, I'm just having fun. You know what I mean? But,
That's what I'm
you
saying.
know,
Yeah, yeah,
it was dope. Like I remember like
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
ended up coming out with a little mixtape for the school and shit. Like it was dope.
That's cool. That's cool. So you literally got in front of the mic and just turned into an animal, and you were kind of like
Nah,
showing the
for
friends a
real.
side that they haven't even seen of you, even though you were freestyling
Yeah,
in front of them. That's crazy. Say less. That's probably like just that natural talent or the natural knack for it, basically, that just came in.
nah, for real.
Say less. Say less. So just to make it clear for the people as well, you obviously occupy and wear multiple hats when it comes to this music ish. So just to make it clear, let people know what is it that you do and what lanes do you occupy within music.
Man, right now, so you know, about to be the biggest artist the world seen. That's the
Talk
goal
to
right
him.
now.
Talk
But
to
you
him.
know,
Talk to him.
on the writing tip, you know, I've wrote, man, I couldn't even count and tell you how many songs I wrote for other people. Even before like I started really getting the credit for it, getting my name put on it.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just was like, you know, I love doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I was good at it. So, you know, I tell you, I had a friend, I didn't even know what I was doing, honestly, because we worked on the whole project together, me and my friend. And
Yeah.
when we started doing it, he's like, you know, crazy talented singer, you know, got a lot of placements as a writer as well. But when we was doing it, we like
Yeah.
maybe 15, 16. Because when I got into music, it went fast. But
Yeah.
we working on a project together, and like, you know, he would get stuck on some stuff. And like, I don't know, I never got stuck. I just always had something to say. So he was like, damn, bro, like you just wrote this whole damn project. I was like,
Yeah.
what you,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
real? I was like, what you mean? He's like, all them times I was like, bro, give me a line, give me a word. That's writing, bro. Like you're a songwriter.
Basically,
I'm
yeah.
like, what? I'm like, I'm a songwriter. Like, what you like, what?
Because
So
it's
like
just
that
that,
was
like,
like, man, I'm telling you, then it clicked. I'm like, oh shit, okay, I am. I'm a
yeah,
songwriter. You know what I mean, but
exactly.
yeah, I've been writing for so long, bro. I done wrote, I don't know how countless songs, bro, for people. Help
Yeah.
people out. I started off producing a little bit, but producing just never really was my passion for real. It's just I always had a way with words. So
Because I was literally going to ask you that about the producing is do you produce? Because I feel like sometimes when artists are kind of like starting off or getting it out the mud or whatever, they'll normally try to be encompass everything basically, be the
yeah.
producer, the engineer, all of that type of stuff. So that's interesting. What is it about producing that doesn't, I guess, what do you not take naturally to it?
Okay, so I have produced. I've actually
Mhm.
produced like songs for myself. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just something about it. It's just I don't get that fire when I'm producing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I get that fire when I'm like creating, you know, putting words to a
Yeah.
beat. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and it's something like I thought about getting back into just on like, you
Mhm.
know, the money making side, because you can definitely make a crazy bag off
Yeah.
producing. You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
But just as far as like the passion, it's just producing ain't never really been like a passion for me. I'd rather write a song and put
Mhm.
it together and, you know, give it to somebody, or, you know, write a song myself. Well, I don't
Yeah.
write my own music. I just record it. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty what it is for producing. It's just wasn't my thing. Wasn't nothing I like for real.
Yeah. Wait, something that you just said there. So obviously you said you've written for people a multitude of times. But I think you just said you don't write your songs. So every song that you make is pretty much just freestyle off the dome. Type
Oh
ish.
yeah, cause I mean, I got the studio. I'm an engineer as well, so I left that out
Yeah.
too. So I
You
record
see,
and mix and
that's what
master.
I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
certified artist, certified songwriter, engineer as well, and then kind of dibble and dabble in the producing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty. Yeah, you didn't hit it on the nail. Boom. So,
Ah,
but
say less, say less.
yeah,
Ah, say
man.
less.
I record everything myself, man. I don't even feel right for real giving my vocals to somebody else, because it's just I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'll spend so much time just on one word because I want it to sound perfect. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the recording part, I record everything fast, but when I mix and master it, I got to put
Yeah.
it through the test. You know what I mean? I got to listen to it in the car, headphones, on my phone. They got to sound perfect everywhere.
Literally add to, yeah, exactly. Because that's what people don't understand as well. And that even sometimes when I'm editing like TikTok, I'm like, I'm listening to this in my headphones and I'm playing it on my phone. I'm like, these are two completely different vibes. But obviously, if you're not even necessarily like a music head, but if you just don't pay attention to detail, you're not gonna notice everything. So even those little, like I said, when we started this whole thing, in terms of the difference between the successful and non-successful, just those little
Yeah,
details. So the fact that you even go that extra mile is dope as
yeah,
hell to see in that, man. It shows that you care about your craft, basically. You know what I mean?
definitely, bro. Like I care about it a lot. So
Mhm.
you know, and I try not to be like too much of like a perfectionist. You know what I mean? But it's like
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
definitely I listen to a song 100 times before it comes out, or more. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
because
yeah.
it got to be perfect. You know, I gotta love
You
every
got to.
part. I gotta love every
Yeah,
word.
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Exactly, exactly. And as well, where did the name Saw Murphy come from?
Man, you gonna laugh. You gonna laugh.
Why?
So, all right. I told you back in the day, I used to do a lot of freestyling,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I used to do it to a lot of like Gucci Mane beats. You know what I mean? And he used to
Okay.
be like, "So icy," you know what I'm saying? And so icy. So
Okay.
I was just rapping one day, and I was like, "So icy, nah, so Murphy Entertainment," and then
Lad.
it just stuck with me. It just stuck, like you know what I'm
Nah,
saying.
that's
So
fire as hell. That's fire as hell. Because I feel like those are the best names as well in that, bro. Just come off the cuff in it, like not really thinking about it too much type of thing. So I rate that. The next question is that obviously, like I said, I first came into contact with your music when I was reacting to a tap, and I feel like sometimes we kind of get into an era, or not even an era, just reaction YouTubers in general, sometimes they like to pick and choose or only react to certain artists. But at the end of the day, if you say you love this music thing, I don't care who you are. I'm just here to react to music. So when I saw your song with Attack and I saw your name, I was like, oh, let me check this guy out. And then, like I said, I heard your sound. I'm like, this is America. I'm seeing this guy's face. I'm like, this is also America as well. So this is a crazy link up. How the hell did this happen? And then, because what I want to know is that obviously you call yourself the Semester, and I don't know what it is about Gambians, but for some reason they always know when you're not from Gambia or when you spend time outside of Gambia. I don't know what it is. So in 2023, I literally went back to Gambia. This is my first time in Gambia since 2016, I think. And I was in there with my mom. I was walking the streets or whatever. This was like my first day. And guys kept on speaking to us in English. And I'm like, because I've lived in Gambia basically from 2006 to 2014. And before then I went 2 or 3 times. So I've never been approached in English. I've literally always just presented as like a Gambian and that, bro. So people always speak to me in one of the local languages. So when people are speaking to me in English, I'm like, it's because I'm with my mum, because my mum's fully Jamaican. She looks, you can tell that she's not Gambian. So I'm like, it's because I'm with her. That's why they're speaking to me in English. I'm like, when I go out by myself, I'm going to get my street cred back type of thing. Then I go out by myself and I'm at turntable and I'm standing there waiting for one of my family members or whatever, or a family member that's not a family member, but basically family. And this guy was like, hey bro, do you need a taxi? And I'm like, wait, what? Keep in mind, this is my first time in my life anyone is speaking to me in English in Gambia. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, is it the jewelry? Is it the do-rag? Is it the way I'm dressing and that, bro? So obviously, when I saw your look and that, bro, I could instantly tell, yeah, he's from somewhere else. And then I could tell when I heard your voice that you're from America. So my question to you is, why Gambia? Hence all of that right there.
Man, so
I want to know.
My wife is actually, she's from Gambia. She was born and raised there, until she was about I think 10, 11. And she came to America. So, you know what I mean? Like that's why Gambia, because, my kids, my children, they're Gambian American. So, that's why Gambia.
Standard. All right, say less. Okay, so now we've kind of broke the ice a little bit. This is the time that we're going to get into the first game and that, bro. I know you're a bit nervous about this one. Yeah, you're a bit nervous about this one. But it's nothing too difficult and that, bro. Like, if you say that you rep Gambia, I feel like these are pretty simple, to be honest, and that, man. So we're going to play a little mini game, and the mini game is called Do You Really Know Gambia? I'm going to ask you 6 questions, and all you have to do is just give me the right answer. Are you ready?
I'm going to try. Let's go.
All right, say less. So question number 1. What is Gambia's staple food?
Oh, Gambia's staple food.
Yeah. What's the main food that they eat?
Dang, the main food. See, I'm gonna have to say something I like. I'm gonna go like Benetchin or something.
Okay, the answer that I was looking for is rice, as in the staple food that every single compound.
So okay.
But you're right, basically. You basically got it on the head somewhat to some degree and that, you get what I'm trying to say. And I like that you said Benetchin as well and that, bro, because that's gonna get the hearts of the Gambians watching right now. No doubt. No doubt. Okay. So if a Gambian wants to grab your attention in the street, what would they do?
They want to grab your attention in the streets.
Yeah. What would they do? What would they say? What sound would they make?
Dang, I feel like I know this one, but I'm overthinking it.
That's how it gets. When you turn on the cameras, you start to overthink.
Dang.
But one of the clues was there. What did they say? Or what sound did they make?
What sound? Now you confused. It says sound. Okay, hold on. Dang, okay. I gotta go with how I see my mom try to get the attention of the kids. She might be like, boy, something like that, come here, something like that.
Exactly. So there's 3 answers to this question. So obviously it's a boy, or you have a sister, or you have a sound where they go, you get me? It's one of those 3 that I was looking for. You got it right. Correct.
Let's go.
Okay. So question number 3. What do you call a social gathering area in the community where people interact and have conversations on various topics?
Damn. Okay, that one. Wait.
You want me to say it again? You want me to read it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you call a social gathering area in the community where people interact and have conversations on various topics?
Damn, I don't. Okay, we're just gonna have to guess for real. Well, I've been guessing for them all. Just what I think. But
Standard.
damn. This the one I feel like I don't know, but it might be something so simple.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say like, I don't know the local like that. Wait, no. I'm just gonna say the market or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Have you ever heard of the word Bantaba?
No.
Mad
Bankaba.
thing.
No, I
Bantaba,
haven't.
yeah. So that's basically like the local gathering area. Anytime you're walking through a neighborhood and you just see a bunch of people, more time it will be like the older men of the community. But anytime you just see like a bunch of people in one community and there's kind of like a shelter or some sort of whatever, that's called the Bantaba right there. That's where the important conversations are had in the community, basically.
Okay.
Okay. So question number 4. If a group of people are outside in their compound or conversing at a Bantaba, what drink will be getting prepared? Now this one, if you don't get it, you might have to strip your Gambian card completely.
I might say it wrong, but I know what it's called. It's not boba. It's the red. It's like red. I think it's is it?
Hold on. Let me read the question again, because I don't want you to get. Let me read the question again. If a group of people are outside in their compound or conversing in a Bantaba, what drink is getting prepared?
I know this, but I just think I'm gonna call it the wrong thing because I believe it's like in America, like it'd be like kind of like a Kool-Aid type thing.
Okay.
Am I close?
I'll say right now.
One jewel is it?
It's not a cold drink. It's not a cold drink.
Not a cold drink.
It's not a cold drink, but it's very common.
Okay. There's gonna be some tea. It's gonna be some tea then.
Okay, but there's a specific name that I'm looking for though.
Oh,
there's
okay.
A specific name. Every Gambian knows this. There's a specific name I'm looking for.
Dang. Okay. So boom. Okay. So we do the tea with the peak. We do the tea with I can't think of the name of like the leaves. No, I know this. Oh man. No. I can't think of it. I can't think of it.
Have you ever heard of attire?
Attire. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. That's crazy. Attire is like the most popular drink. So if you going in the street and you see like a little kettle and then you have the 2 little glass cups and they're constantly pouring it like that. You've never seen that before? Where they're pouring it into each cup with the
seen it. Yeah. I've seen my mom do it, but
yeah.
I don't know. I guess attire. I just but the base of it is like it's like a water, but is it like a Tito or is it no?
Tea basically. It's green tea, yeah. It's green tea.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you go to Gambia, you must definitely have to try attire. Unless you're not a fan of sugar, because there's hella sugar in that store. Okay. So now we're going on to
I started off good. Now I'm like, dang.
That's what I'm saying. But now we go on to the 5th question, which is who is the king and queen of the kora in the Gambia? The
oh my God.
The kora, who is the king and queen?
I know their names too, but my wife watches their videos all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Dang. This one of them times where I wish I could just rewind back and be like, hey. I ain't gonna remember the name, but it's like, oh man.
Okay, I'll give you a clue. The initials for the king of the kora is JK. The first name begins with a J and the second name begins with a K.
I'm not gonna say Jumba. It's like Nah, that don't help. That don't help.
Should I just say
That
it
don't
then?
help. Cause I honestly, I just learned what the core was like maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
I just learned what it was.
Okay. Say less. So should I tell you then?
Ah, dang, yeah.
So the king is Jaliba Kuyate and the queen is Sona Jobate. That's the king and queen of the Kora right there. So kind of like the attire question as well. That's like a staple as well in that. But like if you ask the born Gambian who is Jaliba Kuyate Sona and they didn't know, I'd be very surprised, to be honest. Okay. And question number 6. Who is the greatest artist of all time in the Gambia?
Greatest artist of all time.
Yep.
From the Gambia or just the greatest artist that people love?
No, just from the Gambia.
The greatest artist of all time from the Gambia. I don't think he's from the Gambia.
Who is saying? It has to be Gambian born. It has to be Gambian born for sure.
Yusuno's not from the Gambia.
Nah, that's Senegal.
Yeah, but I know they love him over there.
Yeah.
I should have studied.
Literally, just say whatever comes to mind.
Nah, I wanted to say Yusuno, but it ain't. It's not. Now you said the biggest artist of all time.
Yeah,
is this like greatest? It's gonna be a bad answer. But
go on.
The first artist I've ever heard from the Gambia was Jizzle. That was the first artist I ever heard, but I know it's not him.
That's not a bad answer. You know what it is? There was no wrong or right answer to that question. So you got it right. I just wanted to see if you would answer it or not. Because you know what it is with artists? You guys like to be bare PR trained and I want to say the right thing. And then I just wanted to see if you'd answer it or not. So Jizzle, that's a perfect answer. And he's one of the best. And for me, if you said Jizzle's the best in Gambia, I would have no arguments. I've been doing a lot of Jizzle content.
Oh, wait, okay. I thought you meant like of all time, like wait, I was thinking like older, like maybe 30, 40 years ago.
The thing is though, Gambia is a pretty young scene, young music scene and that, bro. I think the oldest artist that I can think of is a music group called the Born Africans. And you probably haven't even heard of them. Because even I just learned about them recently. So I feel like even saying like, for example, your Jizzles or your STs and that, bro, like they've been in the game for so long and they've done so much for Gambian music and that, bro, that I don't think you can say it's a wrong answer. Plus, when I do content about Jizzle, just go into the comments and that, bro. He's the king, Scorpy, Baba Scorpy, the best in Gambia, so there's literally no wrong answer to that one right there, man. No doubt. And all right, so we'll tally up the scores and that, bro. From what I remember, I think you got 3 out of the 6. So 50%. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's Hey, it's gonna be funny when I put that one up on TikTok. We'll see what the people say in that, man. But nah, you did better than I thought. Still, you did better than I thought. The attire one, I was definitely what do you call it, surprised about that one because everyone drinks attire. Everyone knows.
I mean, I feel like in a way I got it because I said tea. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. All right, say less. So that's the mini game over. You kind of touched on this in part 1, to be honest. And like we said, you kind of occupy different roles when it comes to music. And right now you're concentrating on being an artist. But before we even talk about the artist side, how did you even become a songwriter?
Man, so I've been writing for a while, but as far as like, you know, like getting like the major placements, like, is that what you mean? Or man, so I got a homie who like, he do music, he sings, he's a big artist as well. I wrote a lot of music for him. So he hit me one day like, hey bro, can you put a verse on this for me? I'm like, yeah bro, I got you, no problem. But I'm getting ready to catch a flight. So, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like pressed for time too. And this is like coming fresh up. I had just wrote like 2 songs for him already to hear released that were doing well. So I feel like, baby, he just want me to write, something for him. So I'm getting ready to catch a flight too. So he sent me the beat. When I hear it, I hear Fridayy on it, the artist Fridayy. So I'm like, okay, this is dope, bro about to do a song with Fridayy. This is fire, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't even looking at it from that aspect. It's like, oh, this is gonna be a good move for you too. I'm just like trying to help bro out, you know what I mean? So I'm listening to the beat. I'm like, okay, I got something already in my mind. I did like a voice memo. I sang it, sent it to him. I'm like, yo, let me know if you like this, if this works. I feel like it'll fit perfectly. Go get on my
Yeah.
flight. By the time I land, my phone is just going crazy. It's just ding, ding, ding. I'm like, the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, it
Yeah.
was crazy. My wife was like, is everything okay? Like, my phone going off like crazy. And it's him hitting me back like, bro, this shit fire. Like, he already done re-recorded it, showed me like, like showing me the demo, like what it sound like. And then the last text I read was like, bro, you don't even know what you just did. I'm like, the fuck does
Yeah.
that mean? Like, what you mean? Like, like what? So I call him. I'm like, bro, what's up? Like you fuck with the song. He like, bro, this is crazy. Like, you know who this for, right? I'm like, yeah, it's for you on Friday. You know what I mean? I'm excited still, but I'm like, it's for you on
Yeah.
Friday. He like, nah, this for CB. I'm like, CB who? Who?
There's only
Like,
one CV.
so I'm like, what? This for Chris Brown? He like, yeah, bro. He fucking with it. He
Crazy.
loved it. I'm like, what? Man, he recorded it in probably like I think like 24 hours. Like he would cut the record, and they
Yeah.
wouldn't try to let it get out because this is Friday's single off his first album, his debut album. So
Yeah.
they wouldn't even try to let the writers hear. You know what I mean? Because like I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Friday, he has some help as well. On his parts too.
Mhm.
But for Chris Brown's part, I did Chris Brown's whole part. You know what I mean? And like I hear it after it's done, I'm like, oh shit, like this sound crazy. Like it was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like it didn't really hit me like until like I heard it on the radio, like when it came out, and that's when it hit me.
Mhm.
That's when it hit me. I remember like
Crazy.
I was in a
So,
car. What
sorry, go
happened?
on.
I'm sorry.
No,
No, no,
no,
no.
go
I
on,
was
go
just
on.
saying like for a while it didn't really hit me like that I had just wrote a song for Chris Brown. Like it didn't
Mhm.
hit me till like I remember I was coming home, pulling up in my garage, and it just came on the radio as I was pulling in. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, like damn, I did this. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I've got three follow-up questions. So for timeline, in terms of, because you said you've been writing for this friend or whatever. So what was the
Mhm.
timeline in terms of you starting to write for him? And then when did this opportunity come about?
Woo. I've been writing. Me and this guy have been writing together since high school. So years
Okay.
ago, like
Yeah.
2011, 2010, we have been
So you've
writing
been locked
songs
in.
together. Yeah. Like so. And this particular person, like he's multi-talented, crazy. Like he's done a lot. I mean, he's wrote for
Yeah.
shit. I don't know how many major superstars, Mary J. Blige, Chris Brown, plenty of times,
Crazy.
Usher, Kalani. Just the list goes on
Yeah,
and on
yeah,
and
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Like
That's insane.
yeah. So yeah, it's been a long time we've been working together. But primarily, I would just
Okay.
write a lot of stuff for him.
Okay, okay, okay. And then when did he hit you up about this whole opportunity for Friday then? When was that? What year was that?
That was like 2023, I think. I think
Okay,
23.
okay. Yeah. Okay, okay. And then just to clear it up as well, because what I'm getting confused about is, so you said he hit you up with a beat or whatever, you heard Friday on it, you wrote a song for him, and then the song that you wrote for him and Friday, was it that verse that then got switched over to Chris Brown, or was it something different?
Yeah.
That's what
So
I'm getting.
basically, this is like typically how it goes. Like, all right, you get a song, like either like I didn't have time to like lay my vocals down because I was getting ready to like jump on a flight. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just sung a voice memo, and we work together a lot, so he understands my words and what I'm saying. And he just,
Yeah.
basically re-recorded it, like in but he's
Okay.
a singer, like he's a crazy,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
phenomenal,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I can hold a note, I can do a couple melodies, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not about to
Yeah.
say like I'm the craziest singer. Like I'm an artist. I know how to play with my voice and make it
Cool.
sound good and
Yeah,
do the
yeah.
things that I do in my lane, you know what I mean? But he's a professional singer, so he basically recut the record. That's what it's called in like the industry. Like he recut the record and
Yeah,
he put
yeah,
his,
yeah.
the part, he sang the part for Chris Brown that I wrote, and then it
Okay.
was presented to Chris Brown. And it's always good to present something to an artist where you got a good talented singer on there. It
Yep,
sells the
yep.
idea a lot better. You know what I mean? So
100%.
CB heard it and he loved it and cut the record for Friday and shit. Went from there, man.
That's insane. And then my third question is, how did that feel? Because obviously you said when it came with you writing the track for him on Friday, not necessarily say it was like a kind of feeling. We're like, okay, that's cool type of thing. But then
No,
obviously
no, it
switching
just,
it over to
yeah.
No,
No,
no, I
bad,
feel
my
you
bad.
because no, 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 not all. Because obviously CB just has a lot more skin in the game. Like he's been doing this for however long and that, bro. Like when we talk about CB, you talk to any girl that grew up around that era, they'll probably say they had a crush on him at one point. He's wrote hit after hit. This is the person that drops like 40 songs on an album and no one even, you get me? Normally people complain about that. He's like one of the only artists that can drop 40, 50 songs and no one complains. So how was that feeling and that? Like you said, it kicked in when you heard it on the radio and that, bro. But what was that initial feeling like?
I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna be completely honest. When it kicked in, like when I felt it for real,
Mm-hmm.
man, I got chills, bro. Like I was like,
Yeah,
damn. I just was like,
yeah,
I just remember I just sat in my garage, just listening to it on the radio, just like, what the fuck, like I'm like, nigga, you really wrote a song for Chris Brown, bro? Like
that's what I'm
the fuck,
saying.
like you know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of was like, what? Like you wrote a song for Chris Brown, bro? The
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
like you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like, and I'm just sitting there like, damn, I really did that shit. You know what I mean? Like it just hit me like no other. I called my mom, like, and she just was like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. I just feel good. And she like, what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah,
What?
yeah,
You okay? I'm like, I'm couldn't be better. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so it was
Crazy to
like,
me, man.
it was
Cause
a really crazy feeling.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can imagine. Because obviously that's you like hitting a major milestone. Like going back to the dope dealers, a dope dealer's dream is probably buying that crazy whip or going to the club and spending bare cash and that, fam. For content creators getting that first million views and that. So for you to now see your work paying off and see Chris Brown basically singing your lyrics and that, fam.
Yeah,
Like that must have been a crazy feeling and that, bro. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
yeah, it was crazy. It was even
Yeah,
crazier too.
yeah.
Like when he hit
Mhm.
me again, like my homie, like, yo, Chris Brown won another one. I'm like, okay, this shit, let's go.
Now that's an even crazier feeling than that, bro. Man's doubling up on the dopamine, the adrenaline, and that,
Yeah,
bro. Crazy. And that's how you know your work can really stand the test of time as well when he's doubling back and saying, "Yo, where's you get me?" Like that's crazy.
yeah.
And then just for the Gambian artists as well, because you said something that was interesting. So one thing about Gambian artists sometimes, and sometimes they have a problem accepting, is writing people basically writing lyrics for them. Now, when you're a rapper and you don't really do the melodic ish, personally, if I found out that a rapper wrote or someone is writing the lyrics for them and that, I'd be highly disappointed in that because the whole point of a rapper is your penmanship. How good are you with a pen? But when it comes to pop stars or melodic artists and that, bro, there's a lot of collaboration. And you literally said that your friend had a lot of skin in the game. He was a great singer, collaborated and wrote for amazing artists, but he was still hitting you up to write songs for him or give him certain material and that, bro. So just kind of like touch on that in terms of that collaborative impact that can be having on like music, basically.
So as far as okay, like so basically, I know you said like with the rappers, like me personally, I want to hear a good song. I
Yeah.
want to hear a good
Okay.
song. I wanna feel it. And all
Hmm.
the time, the words don't gotta always come for you, come from that person. For me, at
Hmm.
least. I used to feel like, nah, I gotta come from you. You ain't do this shit. You ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
day,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I want to hear good music. I want to hear the best. And if you feel like you can't give your best on this, hey, you need some help. Shit, we all need help.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now,
100%.
it's funny that I say that because I struggle with writing, like people writing for me. You know what I'm saying? And I just said
Yeah.
that, but me, I struggle. Like I had like the same homie. He was like, bro,
Hmm.
you wrote so many songs for me. Let me write a song for you. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know, what you mean? Like, I kind of took it as what you're saying. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wish more
Hmm.
people kind of like let their pride down because you never know what you can come up with when you put, your minds together with other people. Um,
Hmm.
and that's why like I've been invited to like writing camps where a lot of talented minds come together and we cook up
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
craziest songs. And it's like, yeah, I know I could have made something dope, but damn, you just put this whole part here that I wasn't even thinking of that made the song hit more, hit harder.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm all for the collaboration. And I
Hmm.
definitely know because I've talked to a lot of Gambian artists that I've worked with on this project, and they kind of be on the same tip where they don't really like people writing for
Yeah,
him,
yeah,
or
yeah.
more so is more in secrecy, type thing.
That's exactly what I was
You
about
know
to
what I mean?
say. Yeah. Hmm.
So, but I just feel like, I don't know. I think the fans too need to understand, like, you want, quality music. Sometimes it
Yeah.
takes a couple people to be in that studio to get that done.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%. 100%.
because it's like, do you like the song? You know what I mean? If you really like the song, you're a fan of it. It shouldn't make you be like, wait, he said 2 words on his line for you.
Yeah, yeah,
No, it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
count. Like, nah, you like the song already.
I hear you. I hear you. I guess for me, it just depends on the content, I guess. Because obviously, when I think of a singer, like singers don't really brag about their ability and that, bro. In terms of, I'm the best singer, I'm number one there. They might do it maybe on some rapping issue every once in a while, but you don't really hear it. Whereas I feel like the prerogative of a rapper is, I'm the best, no one's better than me, and if anyone steps to this mic, I'm killing you. So when you're speaking like that, and you're not the one that wrote it, I feel like that's when it's like, okay. If it's like, I don't know, like a life story or maybe cool. But if your whole prerogative is, I'm the best and no one's better than me, and someone wrote it for you, like, you're not the best, bro. The person that wrote that for you is the best. Like, you get what I'm trying to say?
But
So,
I feel what you're saying. But I take it like this. Lil Wayne, to me, in my opinion, was the best rapper for a long time. At least
okay.
like in the States for a long time. And I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
he had writers too. Like Drake wrote some songs for him.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
say the songs that he wrote, a lot of them were more melodic. You know what I mean? But
yeah, yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So maybe I see what you're saying. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah. To me, I guess it just all depends on the content, basically. Maybe more per se than the style of the music, basically. Okay, so this is kind of like a two-part question, basically. So number one, which I feel like you kind of already answered it, but one, when did you feel like you really broke into the industry? Like, yeah, I'm here now as a songwriter, that is. And the second question is, how do you break into the industry as a songwriter? Is it relationship based? Is it a case where you have to know certain people, or is it like a bit of both?
Man, I say as a collective for sure. Because
Okay.
you can be the most talented songwriter in the world, the most talented singer but if you don't got the connections to get the songs to people, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Because me personally, I feel like I've always wrote at a very high level for a
Okay.
long time. I mean, since I
Yeah.
was like, I remember being in high school and I wrote some stuff down. You know what I mean? This is like back when I was like writing. Like I would write my lyrics. I wrote some
Mhm.
stuff down. And I swear, maybe a few months later, I hear an artist saying the things I'm saying on the radio. I'm like, man, what? I've been, I was saying the same, and this have
Yeah,
never got
yeah,
out. So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what? So I knew early on that like I had the talent to write at a high
Knack
level,
for
and,
it. Yeah,
and
yeah.
for my songs
Mhm.
to be like, them big songs. I knew very early. Um, but you got to network, you got to
Yeah.
collaborate with people. Um, you just got to put yourself in them places with people, man. Because for a long time, I laugh at this now, but for a long time I just made music for myself and for my friends because it wasn't getting out there. You know what I mean? So in
Okay.
my mind it's like, oh, I know I'm the best. I know I'm talented, but I'm not really giving myself that opportunity to put it out in the world. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
who really cares? I mean, ain't nobody hearing it. You know what I mean? So
Exactly, exactly.
you gotta collaborate. You gotta connect with people. It's I don't want to say it's hard, but I don't want to say it's
Mhm.
easy either, because it's really just, you ever heard the saying, you only three people away from who you want to talk to? Like it's just three people. Like,
Ooh.
for example, like let's say if you wanted to
Ooh.
like talk to Drake, it's
Yeah, yeah,
somebody
yeah.
who knows, somebody who knows him, who knows somebody who knows him, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you in
yeah, yeah.
contact with them. So it's just really you gotta network. You got to, and
Exactly.
that's the main thing.
That was a beautiful way of wrapping that up, man. No word of a lie with that question right there. And obviously, when it comes to what I do, what you do, there's only a very few people that can do it at the highest level. And I knew, to be honest, I've had a taste of that right there. And the reason why I say what I do, what you do, is kind of more so like a passion type of thing. Like when it comes to 9 to 5s, I feel like most people go and do a 9 to 5 to make money and just to earn a living, and they do it just to do it. But when it comes to this content creation, fields where it has to do a lot with creativity and music, it's more so passion based. But at some
Yeah.
point, you want to get a check for it. So what I want to ask is, when it comes to getting your money as a songwriter, what is it? Is it a one-time payment? Is it royalties? Is it splits? Or is it just situational based, basically?
So when people say like the term like, oh, I signed a deal, you know what I mean? I got a deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a deal.
Yeah.
It's like, it's terms that you agree to. It's terms they agree to. I mean,
Okay.
sometimes people, you know, they might be like, hey, we're going to give you X amount of dollars one time. There you go. But for
Yeah.
me, I'll speak on like my situation. Like, I got splits, I got percentages on everything. I got upfront payments on everything, which isn't common for most
Okay.
songwriters. You know what I mean? Like mostly
Understand.
producers get upfront money. But because I
Mm-hmm.
had a homie who had some skin in the game,
Okay.
I kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, this is how he's doing it. Okay, I'm doing mine like this too. Okay. Oh, he gets up. Yeah, I need an upfront. I need upfront money too. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it kind of was like, being a student of the game as well. It's like I'm seeing
Mm-hmm.
how you moving. All right, okay. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
wrote this, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I need this too. But yeah, I mean, it's that was a very bittersweet time too, like with the Chris
Okay.
Brown stuff. Because it was
Mm-hmm.
like it hit me like, dang, I wrote a song for Chris Brown, like, and then it was like, how do I get paid? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
it was crazy. Like that process was crazy, man. I'm telling you, it'll drive a weaker man mad, bro. Because it was
Yeah.
hard because it's like I'm hearing a song, it's getting played, people loving it, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not getting no money from it right now. You know what I mean? But once I was able to navigate and talk to everybody I need to talk to, and I'm doing this all by myself, like no management at the
Mm-hmm.
time, no attorney at the time. I'm talking to the labels myself directly, talking to Sony directly. So, and of course, I had to learn a lot. Chat
Yeah.
GPT was my best friend. I'll tell you that.
Standard. Yeah. Me
Yeah, I
too.
mean, like, I'm telling you. So, but yeah, I got to the point where I got upfront money for everything I've done. Um, I get, paid out quarterly. Um,
Yeah.
and I also get paid out. Well, I get paid out quarterly from multiple things because it's so much to the music stuff. Like in the States, we got like BMI and ASCAP, which is like your
Yeah.
performance royalties. So I get paid for that.
Okay.
I get paid, when the song is streamed. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I get paid anytime the song does anything. Somebody wants to use it for a movie, I get paid for that. You know what I mean? If
Okay.
so, I will say that it took some time for me to get to that point, but
Mm-hmm.
I was just patient enough and didn't give up. You know what I mean? Because I remember sending
Yeah.
like 30 emails, bro, to Sony, and they didn't respond back to one. I remember,
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like I just kept going, just like, all right, I need to find this person. I need to find this. I had to figure it out.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And that's exactly why I kind of posed my question the way that I did. Because just like you said, you're 3 people away from talking to the right person. It's kind of like your passion is what turns into a purpose, and then your purpose gets turned into a career, basically. So even though it is a passion, at some point, give me my money. So 100%
Yeah,
hear it end up for me. You get me? So that's exactly why I asked you the question like that right there. And it makes a lot of sense. And I like the fact that you got to the point where you kind of get paid whenever that song does something, because at the same time, one-time payments are cool and all, you're getting your money right now. But at the same time, in these big industries and that, bro, if you work your deals right and the right way, like you said,
yeah,
you'll be getting paid forever and ever. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So that's
And that was
definitely
my
the way I
fear,
want to
man.
go.
I was like, dang, like it took a while for like me to get paid from it. People don't realize that.
Yeah,
People just think you
yeah.
got a song, money coming right now. No, it don't work like
Yeah,
that. I
exactly.
mean, I mean, even for anybody, when a song drops, you don't get paid till 3 to 4 months after the song is out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it worked out really dope for me because I was able to get back paid from a lot of things. I did miss out on some money though. I won't lie. I missed out because there's
Yeah,
certain like windows that close and certain like things that you do like with BMI especially, like they'll blackball like a certain royalties and payouts after so long. So I missed out on some
yeah.
bread, but I'm just glad that at this moment
Mhm.
checks come in. So you know what I mean, I'm happy about
Yeah.
that.
Exactly. And then would you say that your songwriting days are behind you then? Or
Man,
would you say that you would
honestly,
return to it in the future?
I definitely will like come back to it in the future. I'm just so
Hmm.
locked in on this being the biggest artist right now. So like
Yeah,
that's my
yeah,
goal right now. And I mean, it's still a lane that I'm in. I just not
yeah.
as active. Like, I'm in like some discords with some of the most talented people in the world, talented people in the world, as far as like
Yeah,
producers, songwriters. And I always, I might cook up something that, I thought was for me, but I'm like, nah, this ain't for me. And I'll
yeah,
like put it
yeah,
in there
yeah.
and, just to keep it fresh, you know what I mean? Because that networking is just so important.
Of course, of course, of course. And it
Yeah.
kind of goes back to what you were saying as well, because every time I ask you a question, what you say then kind of ties into another answer. And it's kind of like saying, when you were getting your payments and you were structuring your deals a certain type of ways because you had someone that had skin in the game. So once again, networking right there, it goes a long
Yeah.
way, and that just proved it right there. And then also we also mentioned about artists and Gambian artists basically having a certain level of secrecy when it comes to people writing the songs and that, bro. Are you currently, or have you written for any Gambian artists? We'd like to know. Or
So I'll say yes,
okay.
but definitely won't say names. But
Okay, okay. That's enough. That's enough.
you know what I mean? But yes. And I honestly was surprised that I know a lot of writers from Gambia too who write for a lot
Okay.
of Gambian artists.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um and it was kind of crazy. Like, dang, I'm like, man, you don't get paid for this? It's like,
Yeah,
nah,
that's
I'm
what I'm
just
saying.
kind of just doing it. I'm like, you got to get paid for this. You know what I mean? And I honestly, I've been
That's what
trying to
I'm
like
saying.
trying
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
navigate and find out different things for them so they can get paid because I don't know. Like, I'm still learning a lot about like how it goes in Gambia, but the shows in Gambia for artists be so big that
Yeah.
if they got paid for like a BMI, like how like we do, it would be
Mm-hmm.
insane. Their checks they would get monthly would be crazy. So we
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
we gotta figure that out. Like we gotta figure that out because it's definitely. I think that would make songwriters in Gambia too want to be more like we ain't keeping this a secret. I need my name on
No, no,
this. You
100,
know what I mean?
100. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And what is a BMI, by the way?
I'm sorry.
What is a BMI? You mentioned the
Also,
BMI.
BMI is basically so you got like BMI, ASCAP. Don't ask me exactly what BMI stands for. And that's like
Okay.
something might be like better music industry. I don't know, something like that. But
Yeah, yeah,
basically,
yeah.
they collect like your payments for song performances when the song is performed.
Okay.
Um, if it's played on a TV show, things of that sort.
Mm-hmm.
It's the performance royalties.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Then you
yeah.
got the what is it called? It's I think it's the MLC. I'm horrible with all these little like
Okay, okay,
acronyms,
okay.
but
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
MLC they collect all your like royalty streams as far as like Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal, all
Yeah,
that different
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Okay, so it just makes things much, much easier. Okay, okay. Because
Yeah,
that's the thing. Gambia definitely as an infrastructure needs to learn a lot. And it's kind of thing because the whole reason why I even promote Gambian music and I react to it and I give all my criticism and help out these artists because I'm half Gambian myself. But it's
yeah,
like one day or in the near future, I may have to put on one of the caps, or whether it's an A&R or a music exec or some sort of something just to help the industry grow. Because
oh
I
for
feel like a
real.
lot of it is just a case where it's just common sense realistically, but sometimes what people don't know or what's not in front of them, they just can't think of for themselves. So it's like they need people like you, like me, to just inform them. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's interesting. And then what I want to know is because you said songwriters, so I'm guessing there's kind of like not necessarily a divide, but there's artists and there's songwriters within Gambia, or is it like artists writing for other artists, or are there songwriters that are just solely songwriters?
it's artists that are writing for other artists because they're not as big. You know
Okay.
what I mean? They don't got that the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
buzz.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So, but they
Okay.
got the talent for sure. Like they definitely got the talent.
That's valuable information right there. Because at one point, I'm definitely gonna go into the Gambian scene and just try to, because every single industry operates at a different level. So realistically, if you have upcoming artists writing music for the top artists, but they're not getting no exposure, you're
Yeah,
not going anywhere.
yeah.
So crazy. That's a
And
Ponzi
I
scheme
think
right
they
there, man.
sometimes some of the like the people I know like they might like get a favor though. Like it might be like, okay, you writing this for me, I'll hop on the
Yeah,
song
yeah,
for you.
yeah, yeah.
Things of that sort.
Okay.
So I mean,
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
in a way, it's like a payout, but it still ain't what it should
Yeah,
be
yeah,
to
yeah.
me. I feel like hey, if you know I'm dope, we should work on some music together regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And then we'll end it off with this one right here. In terms of the songwriting and that, or just two separate things basically. So first of all, what's your favorite moment basically when you look back on your journey as a songwriter in terms of the good times? What's the main memory that you always look back on and think that right there was dope as hell?
Now, you saying just as a songwriter or artist,
As a
or just
songwriter
both?
first, yeah, just as a songwriter.
Oh, what was the dopest? I remember saying a line that to me was just a normal line. You know what I mean? Like I just thought, I feel like, I always say something dope, it's cool, but I said a line and it was like, it's an old song. I said, this is way before Rod Wave too, by the way, way before Rod Wave. I'll just put that out there now. But I said, in this song, like, I used to wear my heart on my sleeve until I felt your cold heart's breeze. You know what I'm saying? And like my homie, he's singing it though. He's singing it in like falsetto, so it sounds crazy. And I remember like, man, like I said it, he like, that's crazy, that's dope. And that was for some artist. I don't remember who it was for. We gave the song to somebody. We got paid for it. But man, like 10 years after that, he came up to me, was like, bro, you just don't realize how dope you are. And just, I'm like, what? He's like, he kept saying that line to me, just like over and over. Like, he said it to me once, then like a few months later, he said it again. Then a year later, I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even remember I said this. And then he showed me the song, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about this. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But it was just, I don't know, it just be like, just the consistency. I guess it's just dope for me. It's like, damn, bro, I've been writing crazy shit for so long, you know what I mean? Like, and it just feel good to know that I'm still doing it at a high level. You know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes, man, you can lose that spark. You can lose this, you know what I mean? If you don't continue. And that's one reason why I always, every day I want to do something musically. Because I mean, you can only be great for so long, I feel like too. I mean, look at LeBron. I know that's sports, but it's like after a while, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know.
There's always going to be an ending point basically, and that's exactly why I asked that question, because obviously you've talked about Chris Brown, Fridayy, the Grammy, which we're going to get into, which will be the last question of this whole section of you being a songwriter. But people will assume that one of those accolades will be your favorite, but just something as simple as that, because obviously everyone knows what it takes and the notoriety you have to be at to win a Grammy or work with Chris Brown and that, bro. But for you, your most notable moment just being a one line and that, and people don't know, bro, lyrics is what can change people's lives and that, fam. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, the people that listen to music and just resonate to music at a certain level, one lyric can literally stick with a person and that, bro. So that's dope right there, man. And the last flipping question of being a songwriter, which is one of the craziest as well, because just like I was talking about you working and then being able to work with Chris Brown, it's like you hit a big milestone. It's like, this is why I do what I do basically. And this is why people make music, and every single year the Grammys happen. Every single year, multiple people get nominated for a Grammy, but only a select few in the history of music get to actually take one home and touch that one. So speak to me on that. How the hell am I speaking to a Grammy winner right now?
Man, so what's crazy is if I believe I might be wrong, but I believe even before the Grammy stuff, I got nominated for a Grammy for writing on Friday's project, because I wrote on his album. The first song I did, I believe he got nominated for best new artist. So I had the nomination, but then it was like the following year the Chris Brown stuff happened. But Chris Brown's album 1111, it won a Grammy. So everybody who worked a part of that, was, you're a Grammy award winning, producer, artist, whatever you are at that time, But I don't know, it was kind of like bittersweet, because at that time I was still struggling to get the payments, you know what I'm saying, that I was, owed. So it was like, it's like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and then it just was like learning so much about it. It's just like, man, it's kind of funny, because you got to pay for, that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Me not knowing, I thought that it came with some money too, but
That's what I'm
Definitely
saying
don't.
in that, man. Because I think I even mentioned this in a reaction. Like, if you think of music and that, bro, like black people are the epicenter when it comes to just
Yeah,
music, no matter what genre you want to talk about. And music was created to express pain, and it was made from the struggle. So many different genres of music and that. And it's quite amazing that music has made so many millionaires. But you look at the story of where they came from, you get me, and
yeah,
it's like it's an
yeah,
anomaly in that, bro. So a lot of people get to a certain level and it's like they still don't know certain things and that, bro. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's a
yeah.
constant learning curve and that, man. So yeah, I don't even blame you right there, man. So now we're gonna start talking to you about you as an artist. So obviously we've talked about the Grammy, working with Fridayy, Chris Brown and that, bro. Accolades upon accolades. So why now to be an artist then?
Man, so I feel like I've always, been an artist, but it just was the songwriting kind of like it was what was working, it was what was paying, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that definitely made me gravitate a lot more to it. I mean, because
Yeah,
after a
yeah,
while, you like, where's the money? You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Exactly,
So
exactly.
and it was definitely easier, because Columbus, Ohio isn't like the biggest music place to be. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
got I think like shoot, the biggest artist we got, from Columbus is like Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay,
and
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
like a
yeah,
long, long time ago too. I mean, we got
yeah.
some artists that are still doing their thing, but that was the biggest that Columbus has ever seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so it's definitely not a big music place. But songwriting, it's a lot of talented songwriters from like Ohio in general. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Um, but for me, for the
Mm.
artist tip, the reason why I'm really pushing for this artist stuff is because it's like I got proof of concept. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
My words is good enough for Chris Brown. My words is good enough to
Yeah.
win a Grammy. I'm good enough to win a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? My own self
Mm-hmm.
is my own artist.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
Correct.
that's just kind of like what we on right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay. So now this is obviously going to be quite an obvious question right here, and the answer is pretty obvious because I can read in between the lines, but we kind of got to spell it out for the listeners and that. So you came from America, and like I said, music has been being made in that, bro, from pretty much the beginning of time and that, bro. Some random don was probably hitting a flipping stick on a stone and that, brother, making a little beat and that. You get what I'm trying to say? To then creating
Yeah.
instruments, and then it got to the electronic era and all of that type of stuff. But if you talk about the notoriety of each industry, and like the biggest is US without a doubt, and you're going for so much success from one industry, the biggest industry, to come to one of the smallest. And once again, you kind of somewhat talked about this at the start of the interview in terms of why you're doing it, but just touch on that a little bit more. Why Gambia when it is pretty much one of the smallest music industries within the world with probably not as much of a stable infrastructure?
Man, just when I recap like my first time coming to Gambia, the love was just so pure, man. Like it was unreal. You know what I mean? Just like not even really being known there, and just you meet people and they're like, "Dang, you do music," and they just so supportive and just so genuine.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
that hit me like, yo, I want fans like this. You know what I mean? Like I want people like this who are just as genuine as they are. I mean, we all know the story of somebody who's a creator where you can have friends or people who say they're a friend and they don't even support you. Like they don't really
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
repost your stuff. But I
Yeah, we've
mean,
all experienced that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, we all
Mm.
have. But it just was the love was just it was just so real and just genuine.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, damn, like you know what I mean? Like I after I did some shows when I was out there, and I'm just at the restaurant. People just like, man, I remember seeing you. You was here, did it? And it just was so genuine, bro. And it
yeah,
just was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I love this. You know what I mean? I love this. So that's why Gambia, man, because it's just so genuine.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Because that's one thing I always say in terms of how supportive they are. Because I have 4 different channels. I have a channel where I react to music from all around the world, the Gambia, and then one where I react to like non-music stuff, so like funny videos, cooking videos, sports, all of that type of stuff. But my biggest platform is my global music channel. But the in terms of support, the love that I get in terms of all my communities, like I'm 100% Gambia. Like it's like as
Yeah,
long as you're showing that you're genuine and you're representing something that is connected with Gambia or that community and that, bro, like that's all they need. They don't need much else than that. You get what I'm trying to say? And then it's like they will
yeah,
do the rest. So 100% feel you on that. You get me? And then the next question that I got for you is in terms of musically, artistically, who is Soul Murphy? What's his sound?
I love that question. So Murphy is very melodic, um, dark sometime, emotional, up. It's just you're gonna get a lot of feelings when you listen to me. You know what I mean? A lot of
Yeah,
different
yeah,
things.
yeah.
I
Mhm,
tend to do, more things that are geared towards the ladies. But
mhm. I've
don't
definitely
get it
noticed
twisted.
that.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'll say for me, I
Mhm.
like to do things that are true to me. Um, you know how some people get in the studio and be like, I'm about to go rob somebody, whatever. If they saying something, but then it's like, man, then you go work
Yeah,
at,
yeah,
Chick-fil-A in an hour. You know what I mean? Like this,
mhm.
I try to stay true to my music. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, a lot of things that I like, rap about or sing about are real life experiences or things that I want to, do.
Mhm.
So that and it's easier for me that way, because I try to stay true to myself and true to my music. I'm not about to get on here and just be talking some craziness and then it's not the same who I
Yeah,
am.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
my
100%,
music is a
100%.
is 1,000% me and what I feel and what I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I feel like authenticity is the most important thing.
Yeah,
Because I always say in that, bro, in terms of I've been using this analogy a lot lately, and I was like, when I talk to like ladies or whatever, I have what I like to operate at the 70-30 range. So I like to operate at 70% substance and then 30% flirting or sexual tension, or you
yeah,
get what I'm trying to say? Because
yeah,
the
yeah,
substance is important. So just like with the content creation or just with the music stuff, they say that you have to be a content creator, you have to do this TikTok-ish and all of that type of stuff. And as much as you have to put on an image, I feel like at least 40-50% of who you are has to be authenticity. The rest of that 50-40-30% can be whatever, but there has to be
yeah.
some level of authenticity there, 100% to kind of have that longevity, basically. So I like that you said that right there.
I agree, man. I appreciate it.
No worries. And then in terms of goals, then when it comes to Gambian music, then what are your goals? What do you want to see for yourself 5-10 years down the line within Gambian music? What do you want to achieve?
Man, so I love that question too. Um, Definitely like I want to do a lot more shows in Gambia. Like, I wanted to be to the point where, at least 6 months out the year I'm in Gambia. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
it's just I'm, consistently like, working on videos with people, networking with people, doing shows. I've when coming to Gambia, seeing a
Hmm.
tax show was mad. It was crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
know what I mean? And I was like, this is dope. You know what I mean? Like, so eventually I want to do a show like that where it's crazy, packed out. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
definitely one of my big goals is to be there again on that stage, but it's my show. You know what I mean? And they here for Soul Murphy, the big semester. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's like one thing I really, really want to, I want to see that. I want to work with a lot more artists too in Gambia. You know what I mean? Like I've worked with
Yeah,
a lot, but I know it's some crazy talented artists there, that
yeah,
don't
yeah,
got the spotlight right now. So that's another thing I have in my mind is I want to network and create with the people who might be at, uh, I don't even want to say a lower level, but just not as known. Because man,
yeah,
I've
yeah,
met some people who don't really got that buzz, and I'm like, man, you should be. I'm saying you should be doing shows. You should be.
yeah.
So that's another thing
That's
is I
what
want
you're
to like
saying.
also bring a spotlight to them artists that are super dope and talented.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, because I feel like Attack 100% mentioning his show, that's also a good person to definitely get some game from when it comes to how to operate in the Gambian music scene or
Yeah,
industry. Because one thing about Gambian artists as well, like you said, with the support can get to crazy levels on some stand level ish. Like when it comes to these artists and the communities and the support base, it's cult like stand energy.
nah, for
So
real.
those would definitely be the people to talk to in terms of how to build a following and how you get people to literally ride out for you in these internet streets because it gets treacherous and that, bro. So that's definitely a person to have close by, and he's one of the biggest right now. Like just the other day, I did a video on like some of the best songs from the biggest Gambian artists, and Attack undoubtedly one of the biggest in that, bro. So that's definitely someone good to have close right there. And speaking on your songs as well, a lot of them being about the ladies. The Gambians may not understand this one, but you should understand it pretty clearly. And my question is, when did you hang up the jersey? When did you hang up the jersey?
Man, 2013.
Okay. Oh, raw. That's that. I did not think that.
Yeah,
Mad thing.
2013, man.
Was
I
that when
might
you?
2014. That's when me and my wife got married.
I
Yo.
was gonna say, okay. Interesting. Yeah, so for my Gambians that didn't realize what that is, when you ask someone when did they hang up the jersey, that's basically when did they put the playbook to the side and that, when did they delete all the contacts from their phones and that, from you get what I'm trying to say when it came to the ladies, and when did they lock in with just one particular somebody and that. But yeah, that's beautiful. And I didn't even have a question about this written in, but since you've been talking about it actually, and in terms of purpose and family and all of that type of stuff, how does it feel to be married? Because that's definitely one thing that I want to achieve, something I want to, a milestone that I want to reach pretty soon. But obviously right now I'm kind of just locked in. But what does marriage look like in terms of getting married, the commitment to it, navigating it? Like, what is that like?
Marriage is work, and
Okay.
that's not a bad thing. I met this dude. He's an older guy. He was probably like 70 years old. I don't know. I was like 21, and
Yeah.
I remember, like, I was newly married. He like, that's what's up, man. And he kind of just got serious for a moment, and he was like,
Yeah.
marriage is like a car, man. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the hell is this dude talking about? Like, marriage is like a car. Like, what? You know what I mean? But he was like, nah, for real, it's like a car, man.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
maintenance it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get a tune up. You gotta get your oil changed. And he just was basically saying you gotta continue to put that work in if you want it to
Exactly.
last. And it hit me.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, okay. Like, old head talking, he telling me some real stuff. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
so it's definitely, man, it's work, man. It's ups and downs, it's
Hmm.
being strong. You know what I mean? It's being understanding, being compassionate, being a friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot that goes into it. But
Yeah.
the payout is just, it's beautiful, man. Like, I love the ground my wife walk on, man. You know what I mean? So it's beautiful, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, genuinely, that's exactly what I wanted to hear in that, man. Because I feel like we're in a time, I don't know if you know about like red pill, what do you call it, content, and there's a lot of this side versus this side, and it's very man versus woman, woman versus man, and they're on separate sides, and this side hits this side or whatever. So it's beautiful to hear that right there, because I feel like everyone expects it to be easy, but nah, everything that is hard and
Uh,
that is worth fighting for, you got to put work in. You get what I'm
you
trying to
got
say?
to.
And you got to put time into it and nurture and all of that
Got
type of
to.
stuff. So I appreciate that answer in a time where it's very toxic. All right, now, you know what I mean? So that's beautiful to hear. And to all the men, all the young men watching, this is an example that you can that you can take and that, bro, from Soul Murphy. Because since 2014, that's over 10 years. Like, that's a hell of a long time and that, bro. So that's
We
that's a
got
big one.
married
And
young,
congratulations
bro.
to you.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I appreciate
That's
it.
sick. That's sick. Okay, so bit of a little pivot onto another family member. So I obviously went through your whole catalog. And one thing that I realized is that you were mentioning a lot about your mother teaching you lessons. And when it comes to Gambian culture, to be honest, any culture, to be
Yeah.
honest, but especially Gambian culture, people's mothers mean a lot. Like when Gambians talk about a mother's prayer, that's above anything. When Gambians talk about their mothers, that's above anything. Pretty much every single Gambian artist most likely has a song about their mom in the catalog as well. So when it comes to your mom and what she means to you and that, bro, what does she mean to you, basically? Should I say?
Everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. And I mean, she means so much to me. It's like she get on my nerves sometimes, but that's mom. You know what I mean? That's
Of
just
course, of
mom
course.
being a mom. Like, she wants the best. Like, since we've been on the call, you know what I'm saying? She didn't texted me, why aren't you answering the phone? I'm like, mom, I'm busy. I gotta gotta call you right back.
Exactly, grinding
But
right now.
man, my mom, it was a point in time where it was just me and my mom for years, man. Like, my brother, I got an older brother. He's a lot older than
Mm-hmm.
me though, so he was out the house, super early, before me. So for a long time, it was just me and my mom, bro, through the good, the bad, the hard, like. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she was both parents, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I just watched her struggle a lot, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I look back like, damn, mom, you did all of this for me, to take care of me, and I just appreciate it so much because I don't know who I would be. I wouldn't be so Murphy without her. Like
Yeah.
100%. Would not be who I am. Would not be where I am without my roots.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I feel like when I talk to so many different people, it's kind of like hearing the same story again and again to some degree. More so for
Yeah.
people in the Western world, because I feel like in Gambia, there's a certain level of community there. And you do see a lot of people with their mum and dads kind of still together. Obviously, not all. Some pass away and all of that type of stuff. But even speaking on that, this is kind of going to be like an interesting one. Did your mum, for example, have a community to lean on? Because, for example, for me, I moved to Gambia in 2006 with my mum, and I lived there till 2014. And even though Gambia is a very supportive place and it is a community, because she was full Jamaican and I was in Gambia and it was my side of the family or my dad's side of the family, there's a lot of the struggles that she went through and things that even I went through that my family didn't know about. And I feel like she kind of felt a little bit isolated. Would you say it was the same for you growing up in terms of, like you said, you and your mom, or was there people to lean on, to talk to, or?
Nah, it was just me and my mom, honestly. Like sad to say, but shit, growing up, like the streets was like where I learned a lot of my stuff from. If I ain't learned it from my mom, I learned it from the streets. You know what I mean? So, cause I ain't had no like no papa around. My dad wasn't there. I ain't have no like uncles who could like do this, man. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? So it was like it was a lot of trial and error. You know what I mean? I bumped my head a lot. But nah, it just was being my mom, man. Like it's just me and Mom Dukes, man. She was my rock through it all.
Yeah,
Through
that's
it
dope,
all.
man. That's dope. That's dope right there. Shout out to my Dukes and all the mums out there that go the extra mile.
Shout out.
Yeah, you get me.
Like,
Shout out.
we love y'all.
Exactly. All right, so I have a lyric here. That's probably one of your most deeper lyrics as well about a situation with your moms, which I want to read out, and then you tell us the story behind it. Which once again you mentioned about going through quite a traumatic time, or at the start, basically in terms of getting shot, and I feel like that may be what is connected to now. But would you mind me reading these lyrics and you just telling us the story behind it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so this is from Where Were You, released in 2021 on your Melodica EP. And the lyric goes, Mama said the streets don't love you. You had to learn that the hard way. Blacking on a stretcher while they operate my body. I can hear my mama crying in the lobby. Just talk to us about that lyric and what was happening during that time.
Man, when I was 17, my senior year in high school, I ended up going out for spring break. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be having fun, having a good time. Went to this club. It was an older club. I got a fake ID though, so I'm in there. I'm in the club. We having a good time. Fight breakout, big ass fight breakout. I'm in there with a couple of like my cousin and like a close friend of mine. And when a fight break out in a party, you start looking for your people and stuff. And long story short, fight broke out. They wanted to shoot afterwards. I got shot. My cousin got shot. My friend got shot. Yeah, it was crazy. I ended up going to the hospital, and I remember, like, I don't know, in my mind, I said, if I go to sleep, I'm gonna die. Like that was just like, I don't know. I just feel like if I close my eyes, I'm gonna die. And I'm awake.
17 at the time, sorry.
Yeah, 17. And that was the crazy part. I'm in the ambulance come. I get in the ambulance and I'm ready to go. I'm like, man, I need to get there. I'm about to die, I laid on the ground for like an hour, man. Like just like waiting for the ambulance to come. It took an hour for them to come. Get to the hospital. They cut all my stuff off. Like, he got a gunshot wound to his chest. And I'm still awake through it all. I'm watching everything. They pick me up, transfer me on the table. And I remember like, they like, we're about to do surgery. We got to put you to sleep. I'm like, I'm not going to sleep. Like, I'm gonna have to do this while I'm awake. They like, sir, you got to go to sleep. It was like, what's your name? Asking me questions. I'm like, my name's Shane, blah, blah, blah. They like, okay, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 17. They're like, what? You're 17. We can't even do this surgery without getting consent from your mom.
Crazy.
Like, we need you to go to sleep. We have to put you to sleep. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to sleep. Like I call my mom while I'm in there, like, and I'm calling my mom. She answers the phone. I'm like, Mom, I just got shot. She like, what? Stop playing on my phone. Hang up. She hang up the
Yeah,
phone. Like, cause I,
crazy.
I I call from the hospital line, not my phone. I
Yeah,
call
yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
The doctor snatched the phone. Like, man, we're here with your son. He's 17. We need your consent to like do the surgery. She's like, what? Crying. Like, yes, do the surgery. What hospital you at? And I'm just sitting there and like, I stayed awake for a lot of it. Like, I would not. They gave me like the anesthesia, and I was fighting. I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm just sitting there like, I'm not going to sleep. Like,
yeah, yeah,
like she made it up there in time, and I could just hear her just going crazy. Just, where's my son? Da, da, da. You know, I could hear everything, and I don't know,
yeah,
something right there just put me at peace. Like, my mom is here, and I just closed my eyes
yeah,
and just finally just like the anesthesia took over, and I
yeah,
woke up like I don't know
yeah,
how many hours later with I had a broken arm. My arm was broke. Well, my thumb like right here was broke from
yeah,
like one
yeah,
of the I had punched one of the dudes and like my joint, like it broke my like my thumb like part or whatever. But um yeah, I remember waking up, man, in the hospital, like all my family was around me and they just was crying and just like, what happened? I'm like, damn, I'm wondering like what happened for a second, like damn.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, so that was like a very like real moment that I just wanted to share with my fans. You know what I mean? Like,
That's crazy, man. Because, like I said, you were 17. You're going through something so traumatic that you literally had to call your mad dukes to give consent, basically, which is absolutely insane to me. And what was I even going to say? I was literally just about to say something. Yeah, because you said something that was very interesting, and you said that you did not want to go to sleep because you felt like if you did sleep, you were gonna die. But then you said when
yeah,
your mum got there, then it's like you were relaxed enough. So it's like when there was someone familiar around you and familiarity, it's like you were okay. It's like you were in the unknown. You don't really trust anyone here, but okay. Now Ma Dukes, and like you said, she means a lot to you. She was there for you in terms of certain times, and it was just you and her. So it's like when she arrived, it's like you were okay to kind of just let the process basically
yeah.
take place or whatever, which is crazy to me. And then just going back to the whole club situation, was the fight that broke out, did you know anyone that was within the fight? Were you just an innocent bystander? Like, what was the situation there?
Um, so like the story that I got was like basically my cousin, he was there. He was like, a girl came and started dancing on him. And like, I guess her boyfriend was there, ex-boyfriend or something like that. And it was kind of like some on the time, like, hey man, don't dance with my girl type thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
So excuse me. So then I see what's going on. I'm kind of like, man, like leave her alone, bro. Like we don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
already on a
yeah.
different side of town. Like we from the east side and we on the north
Mhm.
side. You know what I mean? And we in a club with like a whole bunch of like 30-year-olds, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
17, my
yeah,
cousin 18, my homie was like 18 at the
exactly.
time. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, just chill, bro. We
Yeah,
in a different side
yeah,
of town. Let's just be cool. Let's just come have a good time and leave. The girl come back over there. My cousin like wave her off, like, man, leave me alone type of thing. But, so I'm like, okay, we cool. You know what I mean? I go around, I'm still doing my things. I'm talking to girls and stuff. I'm having a good time.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And maybe like 15, 20 minutes later, the fight just break out. I'm just like, oh, snaps. And I mean, it's two fights going on at once. I can
yeah,
see in
yeah.
like one
Crazy.
corner, it's like 10 dudes like beating somebody up in the corner. I'm like, damn,
Mhm.
what's going on over there? Then I see another fight on the right side, and I just see
Mhm.
somebody getting stomped out on the ground. And I'm like, damn, I'm like, this crazy.
Yeah,
I walk
yeah,
over and I'm like, I look down like, oh snaps, like that's my homie. Like I knew because
yeah,
we
yeah,
all
yeah,
had
yeah,
just bought the same shoe, like these new Jordans that came out. We all had copped the
yeah,
same Jordans that day. So I see him. All I see is the shoes, and I immediately like,
yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that's my homies. And about what's crazy is like the shooter is the one I
Mhm.
punched. I remember because it was like
Hey,
I grabbed him by the shoulder, like punched him. He falls, and I'm trying to grab my homie up off the ground, and a bunch of punches is being thrown, hitting me. You know what I mean? It was just like, oh snaps! But we ended up making it out the club or whatever. Like we fought our way out the club, man. Like we grabbing bar stools, hitting people with bar stools. Like my homie
yeah,
behind the bar throwing the bot, throwing bot. It was crazy. It was crazy.
yeah,
Like it was a
yeah.
scene from like a movie, like for real. But it was like survival because I mean it was like they was
One
deep. It
hundred
was like
percent.
40, 50
Yeah,
guys they
yeah,
was with. So,
yeah.
but we ended up making it out, the spot. and we like get to like the parking lot, and like I hear them like girls like they about to start shooting, they about to. I'm like, oh, I'm like, let's get to the car. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I'm moving, a little different. I'm younger too, so I'm
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
more. I'm like, we got one in the car too. You know what I mean? But our plan wasn't to like be. We was just trying to have a good
yeah,
time. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we get to the car, and as we at the car, I'm looking at my cousin. He's like, he had braids at the time. They had pulled like all his braids out his head. He like, eye black. He just kind of messed up. My homie, he
Yeah,
messed up, bleeding, and I'm the only person that's like fine. Like I don't got no bruising
yeah,
or cuts.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, my cousin, like, what happened? And I'm like, bro, we just got jumped. What you mean? He like, we got jumped. Like he had a concussion. I'm like, oh, we gotta get you to the
Mhm,
hospital. Like. So like my cousin and like my friend, they standing like facing me. So
mhm.
the car just pull up. I look at the car, bro, hit me with the, like the movie scene where they bite their lips and stuff like that. And immediately I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I peeped and I pushed my cousins out the way. Like I pushed him out the way and like
Mhm.
he started shooting. I got shot first. And he just kept shooting. And I took off running like, oh, I wouldn't no time to like try to go in the car and get it out. I just like,
Yeah, yeah,
damn.
yeah.
So yeah, he shot me. I got hit in my chest. It's crazy because like the doctor said they could tell my hands were up. They was like, "Were you getting robbed?" Because the way the bullet
Mhm.
hit you, we could tell like your hands were up or
Okay.
something. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
my
yeah.
hands was up. I'm like, and I thought about it like, nah, I pushed my people's out the. I was trying to push them out
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way,
yeah, yeah.
and he was like, man, it's kind of glad you did that because the bullet could have hit you a different way. I'm like, damn. But I was just trying to look out for them. It was just a split second. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, let me just try to push them out the. Yeah, it's crazy. You know what I mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
he,
man.
he
Sorry you had
he's
to go
he's
through
dead
that.
now though. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like,
Literally, literally. So yeah, sorry you had to go through that, man. Especially at that age, man. Because I feel like sometimes when people talk about the hood or the ghetto, wherever in the world and that, bro, people always
yeah,
have a negative stigma to it. But there's a whole history to why people were placed in those situations. And at the end of the day, you can only work with what your environment provides. And a lot of the times, just like you were just trying to survive. You weren't even trying to be on that energy. And I feel like a lot of the times, and that when you have so many different situations, like the downfall of a man is either pride, ego, money, or a girl. Like it's just like it's always one of those three, no matter how great of a man that is or what they've done in their life and that, man. So it could be a situation where that girl knew what she was doing, or it could just be a situation where one of the guys in that was just being a little bit too over possessive and that, fam, and thought he had something that he didn't actually had. But either way, none of you should have
yeah,
had to go through that situation. So yeah, sorry to even flipping hear that, man. You get me.
yeah, man.
But what about your mental from in terms of right now? Because obviously there's a yeah, cool. There's the physical. Your physical's healed, but then there's kind of like a mental battle as well in terms of that you kind of have to heal from as well. So where would you say you are in the journey? Over it? Still not like?
Well, for a long time, I like I mean I could speak on this, but like the person who shot me, he's not here no more. He's gone. You know what I'm saying? So um, but for a long time, it was like I wanted revenge. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah,
I definitely I wanted to do something to him for a long time.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but I mean I got to a point where something was asked of me. You know what I mean? To be done to this person, but
yeah,
I just couldn't go through with it. You know what I mean? I just was like, man. You know what I mean? It was just a bad situation. Like they had caught him with his daughter too. I'm like, he got his daughter with him. Like,
crazy.
nah, like, no, like I ain't that type of person. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and I feel like, hurt people. But at
yeah.
that time I just was like, that's not who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, he gonna get his karma one way or another. I believe in karma. And
100%.
unfortunately his karma had to be his life. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying when you're dealing with when you're in certain environments, certain situations and that, but more times exactly what you do to other people may be the exact same way you go out, unfortunately, especially in environments like
Yeah,
that. But yeah, glad you've kind of pretty much recovering from that and able to also express it within your creativity. So that all stemmed from talking about one of your lyrics and from your creativity. So talking about creativity, this question can kind of vary for different people or different artists depending on what time they're in or what part of their career they're in. But in terms of where are you in terms of your creative space right now? Are you in a good one, a bad one? Is everything free flowing? Is everything just second nature, or are you in a rut or a difficult spot? What are you feeling like?
I honestly, and this is like just being real, I've never really been like stuck.
Okay.
And I guess that's the part about like being like a songwriter is like maybe this genre might not be working today, but because
Okay.
I do different genres, okay, I
Mhm.
can go do this. All right, maybe my voice ain't hitting today. It ain't sounding good while I'm singing. All right, let me go rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as far as how I feel right now, bro, it's been just flowing, bro. Like I've been creating at the craziest levels. It's like I feel like if this was the level I didn't went up to here, and it's like I feel like I'm about to go up to here. Like it's
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
man. Like it's been beautiful, bro. Like I
I
can't wait
love
to
that. I love
share.
that.
Can't wait to share
Yeah.
this music with the world, man.
I love that, man. And I like your perspective as well, because like I said, a lot of people have kind of like, I don't know how to say it, but they have the view on life basically is just very surface level. So like I said, you going from the American scene, working with the people that you're working with to come to the Gambia, people will look at you like you have 10 heads. Like, what the hell is he doing, bro? Like, what the hell? Like, he just needs to stay where he's at. But your outlook on life, even the situation where you were talking about getting shot and how you dealt with that and dealing with revenge and that, bro, like you have a very positive outlook on life and that, man. And I just want to say that's dope as hell, because we live in a very dark world and not many people have the perspective that you have, especially coming from where you come from as well. That's another thing. The hood eats up positive emotions and positive people and talent and that, bro. But you were able to come out of that situation absolutely thriving, man. You get me? You get me? You're still doing what you love, which is beautiful to see.
I appreciate that, bro. I really appreciate that.
No worries, man. No worries. And the last question about you being an artist. If you now, this is not just about Gambia. This is just in general. When you look 10, 20 years from now, what's at the top of your Mount Everest? Like one or two things that once you complete, you're like, I've completed the music game. I can retire happily, walk into the sunset.
Man, I don't feel like I have that. I don't think that I
Ooh,
have like a Mount Everest because it's like
interesting.
I'm gonna do music till I die. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Whether that looks like me as an artist or as a
mm-hmm.
songwriter, or even I don't know, I could say maybe 20 years from now, I might be like, you know what? I want to be a producer now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
I want to be an A&R now. I want to find the newest talents. But I promise you, till I die, I'm gonna always be involved in music some way. Like, I mean, it was my first love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I could
yeah,
never see me without music, man.
yeah, yeah. Don't let wifey hear that though, man. You get me? But okay, that's an interesting answer, because I feel like what you're saying definitely makes sense in saying that you would do something when it comes to music, because a lot of artists are now, like I said, producers and artists, and then as they get older they go more to like the producer side and behind the scenes. But we've seen artists a lot of times say, I'm going to retire. We saw Jay-Z retire or say he was retiring. He's made a bunch of songs since then. He literally just did some shows the other day. J. Cole, this is my last album, guys releasing tunes just the other day. You get me? So it's like at this point, artists just needs to stop saying I'm retiring, because like I said, it's a passion, it's a hobby, it's a purpose. This ain't like you go into a warehouse and stacking boxes and that, bro. Like you said, you live and breathe this every single day. And I like the
Bro,
answer that you gave as well, because you don't really hear that a lot from artists, man. They always say, yeah, one day I'm gonna stop, but nah, I'm doing this till I die. And I like that one right there, man. Different.
I think on that same song that you had referenced that lyric on, I said that I was like, I'm gonna rap to 2085 or something like that on there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, exactly,
like,
exactly. Forgetting about the business side for a second, forgetting about the music, away from the cameras, what does Gambia mean to you?
man. So for a long time, my wife, she used to always just tell me stories about Gambia, just like things she used to do as a kid or just things she's experienced. You know what I mean? I used to like think I can't wait to go there one day and
Yeah,
just see it. And it was like, I got to experience everything. Well, not everything, but a lot that she talked about. She's like the
yeah,
people there are
yeah,
just so friendly, they're just so welcoming. Um that right there, like it was like, dang, like, for me, like, in the States, uh, it just was beautiful just to go there where everybody looked like me. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
that right there just
Exactly.
was like, you know what I mean? Like,
Me as well,
that was
bro.
beautiful. Like I love that. Like that was like, what? Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
um, it means a lot to me, bro. Like I honestly, one day I want a home in Gambia. I definitely want a home in
For
Gambia.
sure. Hmm,
Um,
hmm.
I can't wait to bring my children there. They're gonna be there soon. Like
Okay.
that's the plan right now. Is to like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah,
my
yeah.
kids to experience what I experienced. You know what I mean? Because they
Mm,
being born and raised in the States, it's like, no, y'all gotta come, y'all gotta go. Like y'all
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
see.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
so. I feel like I missed a part of your question. What else did you say? I'm sorry.
No, no, you pretty much answered it. I was just saying, forget about music, forget about the business. What does Gambia mean to you? And you answered it perfectly. And you gave a different perspective as well. So that was absolutely perfect.
Cool.
And then, cause yeah, especially when it comes to your children as well, I feel like the biggest gift my mum gave to me was growing up in the UK for a good percentage of my life. Like I'll probably say like 75%, and then growing up in Gambia for 25% of my life. I feel like just the differences in lifestyles that I was able to witness, the different ways of living, the difference in community and all of that, bruv, was a big
Mhm.
help. And it gives you a different POV on just the world in general and that, man. Like I just think differently than the next person and that, because I've had exposure to completely different places and to completely different continents. So that's why I always say traveling is like one of the most important things for a human being, and giving that to your kids at a
For
young
real.
age in that, bro, it's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be a beautiful thing, and you'll notice it as well, for sure.
I can't wait. I'm excited. I can't
No,
wait.
for real. For real. And I'm telling you as well, they'll literally just get immersed in that, because my mom always tells the story of me being in Gambia 2006. I don't know what year it was exactly, but my mom must have come out and she heard one of the children speaking Wolof. Now, keep in mind, I came to Gambia fully English, full English accent, not speaking a lick of Wolof Mandinka da da da. But she came out the house or the compound one day and she heard one of the kids speaking Wolof, and then she saw the face and it was me type of thing, and that right there like blew her mind type of thing. You get me? That I just picked it up so quickly. So that's also another gift, making sure that your children are multilingual, and when you just see
Yeah.
them engaging with the environment and just fully immersed in that, bro, like it's gonna be crazy to watch it, man. It's gonna be crazy to watch it. I can't wait to be a pops one day, man, for sure. And then this is just regarding the Gambian music scene. Is what was your first impression of the Gambian music scene, and what surprised you the most?
Man, my first impression was so okay. My very first impression, I remember like
Mhm.
my wife used to like play like Jizzle and stuff like just years ago,
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
around
yeah.
like the crib and stuff. I'm like, he dope. I thought always thought he was dope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But coming to Gambia and seeing the music myself,
Yeah.
insane, bro. The shows,
Yeah, yeah,
mad,
yeah.
bro. I was like, what? Like so many people in one place. Like it just was. It was crazy. It was super dope.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
off rip, I just love like, yo, they really support their people. You know what I mean? Like I
Exactly.
thought it was beautiful. It was beautiful to see, man.
So I'm saying that when I say stan culture, bro, like Gambia is a big representation of that. Like Jamaica goes hella hard. Like Jamaica will talk about your family member, your mum, and not even know you behind the artist. Gambia is the exact same way in that, man. Like one of the first times I ever saw two people cussing each other's mothers out was because of two artists they support. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I
Yes.
understand supporting an artist, bro, but talking about each other's mums, but that's Gambia for you. Like, it's ride or die, literally, man. It's a war zone. So that's why it's like, when the Gambians are on your side, greatest thing ever. But when you get on the bad side, though, it's different. It's different. It's different. But hopefully, you won't have to experience that right there. Okay, so for the first time I ever heard one of your songs, like I said, it was Attack and You. And that literally just randomly came up on my recommended, obviously, because I've been following Attack and I've been reacting to Attack. But I was going through your catalog and I was surprised to see that Attack wasn't actually, well, I don't know. But what it seemed like was Attack wasn't actually your first Gambian collab. You mentioned a certain someone. And just let us know, what was your first Gambian collab and how the hell did that come about right there? So early as well.
Man, that was like I think like 3, 4 years ago, something like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
my first one was with Jizzle.
Hmm?
We basically,
Yeah.
had we reached out to his team, shared some of my music with him and stuff, and they like what they heard, so we put a song together. I actually let Jizzle take the lead on that, where
Yeah.
he produced the beat. He
Hmm.
sent me a couple different versions, and we picked one that we really liked the most. Immediately recorded my parts, got little bros
Hmm.
involved, and it was dope, super dope.
Yeah. And that was crazy to see, man. And I feel like the style with Jizzle, that was perfect for him as well. Like crazy motherfucker. No. Like, I'm hearing him say things. I'm like, wait, I ain't never heard him speak like this before or say certain things. But I feel like that's what I like about when someone like you basically comes into the Gambian music scene. It's like it draws out a certain level of hunger. Because the other day I was listening to a track by Jizzle and a Nigerian artist, Mr. Easy. And no word of a lie, probably
I
one of my
love Mr.
favorite.
Easy too.
Yeah, one of my favorite Jizzle verses in terms of his performance on that song with Mr. Easy. And I don't know if Mr. Easy was like, okay, this is just like, I don't know, like an artist that may not be as big as me, so I'm kind of gonna go on cruise control. But what Jizzle did on that song was crazy. And it's like every single time he collaborates with an international artist like yourself as well, it's like he pushes himself to get onto another level, and with you as well. And that, from you get what I'm trying to say. So that's
Yeah,
why it's
yeah.
like it's so dope to see on that, bro. You get me? How is that feeling anyway? Like being who you are in the Gambian music scene and that. How do you find it like navigating with artists and kind of trying to collaborate with the creative vision basically on a song?
Man, it's been easy, man, because
Okay.
a lot of the like artists I've worked with, they crazy
Yeah.
talented, and they know their stuff. They know that what they're doing. It hasn't been hard, to do anything with anybody for real. Um,
Yeah.
but as far as, and then like they're very receptive. Like a lot of the times, when I
Mhm.
reach out to people and we talk, it's super cool, super chill.
Yeah.
Once I like showing my music and stuff, and they like, oh man, it's a no brainer. Like, let's do it. Like, so they've been really
Yeah.
supportive. I love it, bro. I love it.
Mhm. All right, that's beautiful to see, man. And then we go on to your second collab, which I think is your second collab, which is the attack joint, where, like I've been saying a multitude of times, that's how I discovered you. And when I did add this song to my playlist, I feel like at first I just added it like it was any regular song. Because if I'm not mistaken, on the thumbnail, it's just attack, which is smart, by the way, because obviously that just taps into the Gambian audience. And like, oh yeah, it's attack type of thing. So that was smart, whether that was intentional or not. And then when I'm
It
listening to the
definitely
song, like I
was.
said, yeah,
It definitely
exactly.
was
That was a smart
intentional.
move. And then when I'm listening to the song, I'm hearing your sound, I'm seeing the face. You mentioned Chevys and that, bro. I'm like, man, this is a Gambian artist and that, bro. This is someone that's out the way and that. You get what I'm trying to say? So, how did that collaboration come about? And obviously, I know speaking to you and behind the scenes and
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
that. But let the people know, how did that collaboration come about and how did you even come into contact with someone like Attack?
Yeah, so my wife is actually his manager. She's been
Okay.
managing him for a little while now. And
Yeah.
he actually I'm on one of his songs on his album that he just dropped, the
I
Jube.
remember that. Yeah.
Yep. So we
Hmm.
did the Jube, that was crazy. And
Yeah.
then when I got to Gambia, like he already had like sent me the beat and stuff. But when I got to Gambia, like I had already had my part on it. He heard it, was like, this crazy, like let's do it, So we ended up cooking it up. I recorded it, mixed it, mastered it. And
Yeah.
we liked it so much we said let's do a video. So
Yeah.
did the video. I think we did the video like a couple days later. Like,
Yeah.
yo,
Man thing. So speaking on collaborations as well and that, now I think I did your video, if I'm not mistaken. And then I feel like off the back of that, I got a DM from BGO Crazy, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah,
and
be
Big
go
Ados,
crazy.
the
Yeah.
twins. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me know what the situation is there. Because once again, when I was going through your catalog, there was a bunch of songs that you had with those guys as well. And come to find out, they're also, if I'm not mistaken, of Gambian descent. The
Yeah.
family come from Gambia, but they also come from Columbus, Ohio. What's the connection right there?
Yeah. So those are like my little brothers, you know what I'm saying? We go crazy and
Okay.
Ados. Um,
Yeah.
and basically we do a lot of music together, a lot of stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, you know, once I had like I seen your video, I was like, man, this shit fire. Like this is dope. Like
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, you know, I found you because I was looking trying to find you. I'm like, wait, I was trying to find your social medias. I found them, reached out, and I'm like, hey man, y'all should
Yeah.
reach out to bro. You know, he's a crazy content creator. You know, see if he would be interested in doing something with y'all too. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and you know, obviously they reached out to you, you know what I'm saying? And like,
Yeah. And that's the thing, they have a dope vibe as well, because I can't remember the name of the song that they told me to react to and that, man, but it's
I
such
think it
a
was a
mind trip.
form.
Yeah. It was such a mind trip because I'm seeing, because when I even saw the image, I was like, you guys look like you just came off the flipping jet from Florida and that, but like you guys are photocopy of Florida, and they're like, yeah, I think they said
Look,
that they were
they
born
was
out
actually
there.
born in Florida too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they told me. That's what they told me. But then when I'm reacting to this video, I'm seeing them, they're in Gambia. They're shaking the hands of like these old Gambian men, but then I'm hearing their sound. I'm like, bro, this is fully America. Like, it's like I couldn't comprehend it or whatever, man. But they're dope as hell. They're dope as hell. And I think it was one of your songs as well. Only Friends. You had the twins on there. And that was released in 2021 on your Melodica EP. And I can't remember if you had BG or Crazy or Ados, but
Yeah, yeah.
one of
They
them
they
laid a
both.
verse on that. That verse was ridiculous. That was probably my favorite verse from them. Only Friends and that, fam. They went absolutely crazy, smoked it and that, man. You get what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say. And
yeah.
one thing I'll say about you as well is that you know, you have artists sometimes that go through like different eras and they kind of like reinvent themselves. I feel like from the beginning to now, you've definitely progressed and the sound is progressed. But when I look from the first song you ever released to now, it's like there's a clear connection basically. It's like you know who you are and what type of artist
Yeah.
you are, and that's been consistent all the way throughout. So that's dope right there, especially in a
I
time where
appreciate
people
that, bro.
can conform to whatever the industry norm is and that, you kind of stay true to your sound. So that's dope as hell to see. You get me?
Nah, much love on that, bro. I mean, and it's all like, man, when I create, man, I tell you, like, bro, I try to be just me. You know what I mean? That's why, hence,
Yeah.
like, it grew, even though, like, the name So Murphy came from, I told you, like, me, the freestyle thing, it's like, nah, I like it even more because I'm so Murphy. I'm so me. I'm so much myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
That's dope. That's dope. And then this kind of connects to one of the questions that I asked earlier, but when it comes to the Gambian music scene, what's something in the Gambian music scene that you kind of don't really see somewhere else, but is like a positive, like something that you go like, oh yeah, that's dope as hell, and other people in other places should start doing that thing.
man, one thing for sure is I love
Mm-hmm.
how the videos look. I love like how it's
Okay.
dancers. It's so well put together. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I love that, bro. Like just
Mm-hmm.
watching like people's videos like Jizzle, Attacks, Most, you know, like all these different people's videos and just seeing like how much effort they put in, you know what I'm saying, for
Mm-hmm.
the visual to look good and for people to like it. Like in the
Yeah.
States, you know, like it's just a bunch of people with guns jumping around or they got drugs, you know what I mean? Like one thing I always said for myself is like,
Yeah.
all right, you know, everybody got a gun, you know what I mean? But you're
Yeah.
not gonna see mines in the video. Like I don't do that. That's not, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, my mom always taught me don't show a man what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100,
so it's
bro,
like,
100.
you know what I mean? I don't need to show you a gun in my video and show you drugs because that's not what I'm promoting. That's not what I'm pushing. If it's gonna be some drugs in my video, it's a purpose. It's telling a story of what's going
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
A
So,
hundo, a
but
hundo.
that's one thing
Alright.
I
And
love.
then okay. And then on the flip side of that, what's one thing that you would add to Gambian music? Because you've talked about some things that can improve in terms of the BMI and the songwriting, but what's something else that you may kind of like add on to the Gambian music scene, or some advice that you give that would kind of like improve it as an infrastructure?
Um, I would say sprinkling more like English in it because I
Okay.
know like a lot of people like from me, I'm a music lover. So I don't even have to understand what a song is saying all the way for me to feel it. I'll feel
Exactly.
it. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
I feel the music, you know what I mean? So but I know
Yeah.
for people who don't think like me, if they hear something, you know, that oh, okay, I can understand this now. I like, you know what I'm saying? It might make it easier for more you know, people from the States to connect.
Yeah. Exactly. And I feel like that's what people don't realize, because I feel like I've there's a lot of Gambian artists that started off with English and now rap in the local language because of the fact that the fans demand that they basically speak in one of the local languages, which I understand. But if your whole thing is I want to be a global artist and all of that, at the same time you
Mm-hmm.
gotta do it a certain type of way. Same thing with the content creators. I speak Wolof in my videos, but there's a reason I speak English because I'm trying to translate Gambian music to the world. And I feel like sometimes people can conform to the fans, and that's why I give you so much commendment basically for sticking to your sound and sticking to who you are. You're so Murphy because you're so Murphy. You get what I'm trying to say? A lot of people
Yeah.
don't do that. So yeah, and I feel like they definitely should take that on as well, especially if an artist is trying to go onto a global level. Because look at Jizzle, one of the biggest international artists within Gambia, and he has quite a few songs where he's speaking in English. You get me? Because it translates.
Yeah. You're 100% right,
Okay,
bro. Like,
exactly. So this one is a kind of a deeper question, to be honest. So when we think of Africa, it's a continent that gets exploited in many different ways and that one. And sometimes, unfortunately, it can be by black people and people of the diaspora.
mhm.
Because people kind of see it as an easy lick and that, bro, that you can go there, do what you want because you have money, you have a little bit of fame, and they do whatever badness they want to do and then kind of leave and that, fam. So just to kind of explain to the Gambians, what are your intentions within Gambian music, basically?
Man, I want to bridge the gap, man. I want it to be mainstream. Um, I want to give back a lot to, like, like a lot of the artists I work with. They're crazy talented, crazy dope, and I know that that American exposure be just take them to the next level even more. Um,
Yeah.
my first time even performing in Gambia, I think I threw like 60,000 delicacy into the crowd. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like I
Big
gave it to
balling.
my. I mean, I just was trying to, like, I wanted to get back, man. And like I remember, like,
Yeah.
it was just I already knew what I was gonna do. I just didn't tell nobody because Mike they would have probably like, no, don't try to talk me out of it. But gave it to my nephew. It was
Yeah.
like my nephew said he want to feed the people, so we gonna feed the people. And what I mean,
Solid,
that was
solid.
fun to do that.
Yeah.
But man, I just want to collab with everybody, man. Just what I'm saying, everybody got different lights and different eyes watching them, man. Together, we gonna get more
100%.
attention than by ourselves.
100%. And that's exactly what I try to tell people is collaboration, because I feel like ST is someone that does that. Hussein Dada as well.
Yeah,
They've recently been doing a lot of collaboration, and I even use the analogy of Drake. Drake is one of the greatest and biggest artists of all time. But one thing that's been key in his career is collaboration with big artists
yeah,
or small artists. It benefits both sides. You're
yep,
introducing yourself into different ponds and that, bro. Absorbing that fan base, cool. Absorbing that fan base. You get what I'm trying to say? So that's
yep.
what I'm really trying to preach is collaboration and stop flipping acting bougie, bro. The most important thing is the art and the creativity at the end of the day and that, bro. So
Yep.
100%. And that's why I like you in terms of the way you have been operating within the scene. And like I say, I send you an artist, it's like within 24 hours, you have a song done and that, you get me? And we need more people like that. We need more people like that for sure, for sure. And then
Respect.
to end it on this part in terms of just the Gambian segment, just let people know 5 artists that you're really rocking with within the Gambia, big or small.
That's gonna be hard. Just 5? Ah,
Bro,
man, it's
as many as you want, as many. This doesn't have to be a rank, by the way. This is just artists that you're rocking with, basically.
man. Okay, well, I'm just gonna name Aya for sure. My brother
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Aya, Jizzle, Moles, Attack, Uzi, Big Willie, Star Girl,
Oh yeah,
Sadiq.
yeah,
Man, bro, it goes on. Pinky
yeah,
Dope
yeah,
Boy.
yeah. Ooh, that's a
Uh,
good one. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah,
man, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but it's just it's so many, bro. It's so many. So many. I know I'm forgetting somebody. I know I'm
but
forgetting
that was a nice
somebody.
pot. That was definitely a nice pot right there. Because like I said, you had big, you had small, and then they're all talented on all levels and that, man, and they're all different as well. So yeah, like I said, I didn't even want you
Johnny,
to give
I
like
almost forgot
highlights.
Johnny. Johnny crazy too.
Oh yeah, Johnny. I only got introduced to him like I feel like maybe a month ago, or just over a month ago. Obviously, my guy Dells or whatever sent me over one of his songs, and I was like, ooh, he's different as
Yeah.
well. He has a lot of the, I don't even want to say Nigeria in that fam, because his sound wasn't really, it kind of was, but it kind of wasn't at the same time. It's kind of like he was kind of operating in his own lane. And even the
Nah, I feel
visuals
what
and
you're saying.
everything, I was like, yeah, he's dope. He's dope. You know what I mean?
Nah, he's
Okay,
crazy,
okay.
crazy talented.
Yeah. Exactly. So shout out to him. And have you, with everyone that you just listed there as well, have you worked with everyone, or you're still trying to lock something in
Um,
with some of them?
I've worked with a lot of them, but
Yeah.
we definitely I'm connected with them all. Um,
Okay.
but I work with a lot of them. Like I forget, like I forgot Fats. You know, Fats crazy too.
Correct.
It's so many, man. It's so much talent from Gambia, bro. Yeah, I got some craziness in the works with a lot of them.
Yeah. And that's literally a perfect segue, because from Nekani, Yang Toga Darasi Stubi, which basically means you're cooking something up in the stew and that. You get what I'm trying to say? You're preparing to release something and that, brother, and you're about to release an EP. But do you have a time frame of when this EP will be released and that, bruv?
Man, I don't know. Can you see the shirt?
The rest. Ooh, I didn't even see the date and that, bruv. Say less. We're going incognito with it. Undercover
Yeah,
with it.
because
All right.
I will say it's gonna be late this fall, late fall.
Okay. That's dope. And then can you tell us how many tracks will be on this?
So it's gonna be at least 10, but
Hmm.
it's in the air for maybe like 2 to 3 more records might be added. It's just once I do like my final listen through, me
Yeah.
and my team, I'm on the side, but I know it's gonna be at least 10, at least.
Okay. And do you want to give people any feature names in that, in terms of anyone that's going to be on the EP at all? Or you want to keep that in
Uh,
the top?
nah, I'll throw a couple names. I'll just say
Okay.
my brother Aya on there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'll go my brother Big Willie on there.
Okay.
Big Willie for the
Those are dope
goddams.
names. Standard. And now, when it comes to kind of like creating projects, obviously there's different types of projects and people approach them differently. So with album, normally the goal is to tell a story. With a mixtape, it allows an artist to be more creative and have a little bit of freedom. With the EP, it's kind of like a mini album. What I want to ask is, what was the creative space you were in when you were creating this EP, and what's the intention of it? What do you want people to walk away with when they've finished listening to your new EP that's coming out?
So my idea for it was I want to show Gambians that like we love y'all. And this is the same way y'all show love
Standard.
to us when we come there. Like the
Yeah.
music, the culture, like all of that. Like I love it, bro. Like so I really wanted to just show like my artistry, but
Mhm.
in taking a step in their world as well too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Showing that like, you know, those beats, you know, I can do those, and you know, I can collab with these artists who know who are speaking like the native language there, you know what I'm saying? And it still sounds amazing together, you know. It's
Yeah.
honestly it was like one of those moments where it was like, remember I was telling you like if this the level I'm at is it
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
because
All
it
right.
was a lot of the records that
Sorry, go on.
oh no, I'm about to just say it. A lot of the records that was like on the EP, bro, like it's just pat myself on the back because I was like, man, like this just I can't pick a favorite, bro. Like I just can't like
Yeah. And obviously, I went through a bit of the process with you as well, and that, brother. And I can literally see that. Like, that must be a good feeling, though. Because, yeah, it can be a headache, but surely it's a good feeling when you have
yeah,
10, 20, 30 songs and you're like, where the hell do I go? That must be a good
bro.
feeling, surely.
I'm telling you, it's an amazing feeling because it's like um I recorded a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how many to count, bro.
Yeah.
But what I did is I narrowed it down to all the songs I felt were my favorite,
Mhm.
and my team what they really liked too. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, these are the ones that we're going to link up with people on. You know what I mean? So it was a process. It definitely was a process.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. That, man. And I feel like I even wrote this question down and then I erased it, but it was a really good question, and I want to know now because I feel like I even talked like separately. I feel like I asked you this question, but what is that feeling when it's going right? Because like I said, you even said that there's never really a time where you're stuck or you're going through a tough time when it comes to your creative process, but at the same time a lot of people get writer's block and all of that type of stuff. But what's that feeling when just like things are just clicking and free flowing, and whether it's a lyric, whether it's a song, whether it's an EP, an album, what's that feeling like?
It's almost unexplainable. Because it's like, like a lot of people don't realize, when you like something, dopamine releases, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like,
Exactly.
I can feel it happening. Like I can feel it happening. And like, it's just, you just feel like just pure energy, bro. It's just like, and then me, like I typically record by myself. Do all my music by myself. So I be in here like I'm going crazy, man, because I be talking to myself like, bro, what? You just said what? Bro, man, they not messing with you, bro. Like, so
Exactly.
like it's a crazy good feeling, bro. Like when everything is clicking. I don't really get writer's block.
Yeah.
The only type of block that I ever get for real when it comes to like recording is like, all right, I know this can be better. I know this can be better. I know I can take something differently here. Okay, I like this melody, but I don't really like the words the best. Okay, so we gonna chill for a second. I'm gonna listen to it 100 times and then just see. And one thing I do, which it works for me, I don't know, is I got like this app on my phone where it lets you listen to music like at a higher pitch or faster or slower, and it gives you different ideas and too. It gives you a different feeling. So I do that a lot too, because sometimes you listen to us the same song 100 times. It's like, all right, let me change the pitch, let me change the key of this, and I don't know, it just does something differently for me. So that's a little trick, a little tidbit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. No, I appreciate that, because there's even certain questions I've asked you within here, and it's not even for me. This is for like aspiring artists, songwriters, and people that want to know the little tips and tricks and information and just know certain things, especially in Gambia, where people privy to certain information as well. It's good for someone new to come into this type of industry and just put people on game, basically, man. You know what I mean? Next question, which is, you got something cooking up with one of the dopest producers within the Gambia that's supposed to be coming out recently, man. Let us know what you got cooking up.
Tapped in with the homie J Live. We got some crazy song called No Manners. We just shot the video for it. I'm trying. I think the video should be done in probably like another like week or so. I just shot it like, what's today? I shot it on Saturday. Crazy vibes. The song basically I'm using like No Manners, just saying like she a rude gal, you know what I mean? Like all she care about is my money. She don't really care about me. She don't want me. She don't want, you know what I'm saying? Which I know a lot of men can relate to. You know what I mean? Where, a woman just want to use you for something and just get what they can from you. And that's all it be. It's not really love, it's transactional. You know what I mean? Which it's sad that that's a lot of like, how people view love today. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I mean, I will look at it in a different way to an extent, but speaking on that topic, 100%, especially in Gambia as well, there's a lot of young men as well that go through this situation right here. And even, like I said, we're in a very toxic time. But to an extent, when you look at life, everything is transactional, to be honest, and that, bro. You give love to get love, you give money to get money, and that, bro. But it's the right transaction that's needed. If you're giving way more than you're actually getting, that's where it becomes a problem. And that, so there always has to be a balance, I guess, to some degree in that, fam. So 100%.
No. I agree. I agree. Every like it's give and take. You know what I mean? I feel like every relationship, friendship is give and take. But I do feel like it is some people out here who take people for granted. You know what I mean? And just all they do is take. There's no, all they do is just take. And it's like, damn, like, what do you give me? Like, what like, you ain't even getting nothing out of this.
Yeah. Exactly. And how did the collaboration come about with J Live? Because now it's like, when you look at your network within the Gambian music scene, it's so interwoven and you're so connected. It's like nothing surprises me anymore. But how did that collaboration with J Live even come about?
Pretty much, man. It's funny. Like like a while ago, like this was months ago, before like I even like got connected with him. I just was like, yo, ChatGPT, what are some really dope producers in the Gambia? He was the
Oh,
first
mad
person that
thing.
popped up. The first
Mad
person that
thing.
popped up. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
put it in my notes. And then like a few months after that, I'm talking to
yeah,
like my manager, which is my wife, by the way. But
yeah.
I'm talking
Oh,
to
so
my
she manages
manager.
you and the tech.
Yes, yes. And she
Okay,
manages We Go
okay.
Crazy and Ados as well.
Okay, mad thing, mad thing.
Yeah.
She's working then.
Yeah, definitely. She's busy.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I we basically like I needed some more beats. Because like I have been recording so much. Like I can't tell you, I probably like maybe 80 to 90 songs I recorded,
Easy.
ideas where it's hooks, verses, just like, just experimenting, having fun, seeing what feels good and what doesn't. And I wanted a
Yeah,
different sound, you know what I mean? Because I've been primarily using like two producers, and I'm
yeah,
like, I want to try something else. I want to see what else is out there. And I
yeah,
had listened to some songs from like other artists, in the Gambia, and I'm like, okay, let me see who made this beat. And I kept seeing Daylight's name a lot. It just kept popping up. And I'm like, why does it sound familiar? You know what I mean? Like, then I'm like, I talked to my manager, and she's like, well, yeah, Daylight one of the biggest producers in the Gambia. I'm like,
yeah.
damn, I'm like, ChatGPT said that like months ago. It came like full circle. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
so, I had my team reach out to him. We
Mm,
got in contact. We talked. J-Live, super cool, super humble dude, super
yeah.
talented dude. We kind of
Mhm,
got like
mhm.
some of the same story as far as like timeline on how long we've been making music and stuff like that too. Cause like he told me he started back in school, and I'm like, shit, I started back in school. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we definitely connected on a lot. And he sent me maybe about like 10 beats, and a lot of them was crazy dope, but my mind was already set on something. Like I already knew what I wanted to do or what
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
feeling. I
yeah.
just needed to hear that
Mhm.
one, and I heard it, and I'm like, oh, this the one. Like, yeah, this it. So recorded the record, sent him the demo. He called me, bro. This is crazy. He loved it. You know what I mean? Off rip, he loved it. We figured
Yeah.
out some of the little, behind the scene details about it, and we got it done, and we just shot the video for it. So I'm excited.
That's dope, man. That's dope because I feel like he's one of the big four right now, man. Shout out to J Live. I don't know if you've heard about Mertz, Diamond Giddem, and then Seca Beats as
Mertz,
well. They're probably like the top four
yep.
right now. You know what I mean?
I'm familiar with
So
them
shout
all.
out to all of them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to all of them, man. And that was literally my last question, man. But obviously, I've been asking you a bunch of questions before we wrap up. Do you have anything you want to ask me? And if you don't, that's completely fine.
I got a question.
Yeah, go
With you
ahead. Go
being a
ahead.
creator, with you being a creator, have you
Mm-hmm.
ever tried to create music yourself?
I ever made music myself.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a few written songs in my in my phone and that, bro. So in 2020, obviously when flipping the 19 was running rampant or whatever, it kind of put the world in a complete maze and that, bro. But at the same time, it raised a lot of, I feel like it allowed people to stand still, pause, and find their creative passions and just find things that they're doing till
Yeah.
this day. And that's the year basically I started my channel. So the Wolof channel where I was doing Wolof tutorials and that's the year that I
Okay.
started that in 2020. Then I feel like I started writing music then. I feel like I was chilling in a PS4 party with my friends and I was like, just for fun, yeah, you guys send me a beat and then I write to it. And then I feel like I writ to a beat that I liked, and then I also did one of the songs that they liked or whatever, or one of the beats that they gave me. Then I started writing music, and then at the end of 2020, that's literally how I started doing reactions and that, bro. So it was the Wolof channel, teaching Wolof, writing music, and then I fell into reactions and that, fam. You get me? And now I
Yeah.
probably have, I don't know, maybe anywhere from 20 to 25 songs or whatever. But the thing is with
What?
me,
Okay.
I've never written like a, how can I say? I've never written like a song from start to finish, basically, because it's a hobby for me. I only write like whenever I have the time to or whenever I feel like to, basically. So I've like 2 or 3 unfinished songs that I need to finish right now. You get me? But yeah, I do double. But I feel like one thing for me is finding my voice, basically, because a lot of people say, "Oh, Njies, you got a good voice," da da da. But I'm like, when I listen to these tracks sometimes, I'm like, I don't like the way I sound. So it's like, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. It's like the bars, there, calm, bars, all of that type of stuff, cool. But the voice is like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. So what advice would you even give in terms of like finding your voice or finding your sound?
I don't think you need to find it. I think you got it. You just gotta
Ooh,
believe it. You gotta believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay,
cause shoot, when I get in the studio and I start recording,
mm-hmm.
I just gotta be free, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and it's funny that you say that because you do got a dope ass voice, bro. Like I can hear you on a track, bro. Like whoever told you, like your voice, like bro, your voice
Hey.
sounds like I can hear you on a track right now. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll figure it out because obviously I've recorded some songs. I might even show you one of them when we wrapped all of this up or whatever. It
yeah,
used to be my outro, but then I stopped using it or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like, you know how Americans say corny sometimes? I feel like sometimes when I hear my voice, I'll be sounding a bit corny. But that's obviously you're your biggest critic in it. So I
yeah,
might just be all in my head type of thing. You know what I mean?
definitely all in your head,
Um,
bro.
say less. But yeah, so this has been my first ever interview and that, but obviously this isn't the first one for you, but this was dope, man. This was dope as hell. I'll definitely do this again. I'm definitely gonna lock in again, like I said, around the time of your EP. We said we're gonna run it back and do
Yeah,
something else as
I'm
well.
thinking I'm
Um
gonna do the EP like December 9th. I think December 9th, December 10th, because I'll be
okay.
going to Gambia on the 26th. So
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good timeline. You know what I mean? So it's out,
For
it's
sure.
fresh. I feel like that'll give time for people to like see it and you know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Exactly. And yeah, just let people know, like I said, what you got coming up and also your social medias as well. Where can people find you? Those two things right there.
Yeah. Coming up, we got No Manners dropping soon. Like No Manners dropping. Wait, well, I wish I knew a date or something, but but catch my new song No Manners, produced by J Live, coming soon. Y'all can catch me on Instagram at so_Murphy. Catch me on TikTok at so_Murphy Music. I think that's it um for like the socials because I don't really use
Social,
anything other. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know, trying to think, and you said what else? I forget what else you said. The
Oh, that's everything. That's everything. You said what's coming up, and then you also gave your socials as well. And for all the artists out there, big, small, whatever, hit man like So Murphy up. Like I said, I've sent this guy a few artists now, and it's like within 24 hours, he has a song ready and done and that, bro. So there's a willingness to work there. He ain't like all of these bougie
definitely
artists in Gambia and that, bro, that have ego and pride and that. There's none of that. The most
nah.
important thing that comes first is the music. So definitely hit him up, man. He's someone that we definitely need in the Gambian music scene. And I'm excited to see how he progresses and that, man. You get me?
I
But yeah,
appreciate that,
hopefully you've
bro.
enjoyed your time, man. Hopefully you enjoyed your time. And any last
Definitely,
words that you
man.
want to say?
Hey, Gambia, I'm coming. Be there soon.
Chat to
Semester's
them.
coming.
The semester in
Be
the
there
building
soon.
soon, man.
Much love, man.
Shout out to them. It's your boy Njies, and we're gone, man. And that's an absolute wrap.